Hello, fellow swivelheads. This is Greg Allison, Green Greg, is coming to you tonight, the 22nd night of September 21. Time on deck, 3,600 hours, Central Daylight Time. Yes, this is the equinox, the closing minutes of the equinox here in Central Time Zone. You in East Coast are already past it. And we got a practically full moon. It looks to me like it's beginning to wane just a bit, but lots going on right now, guys. The world is going crazy, and so we got a lot to chat about tonight. One of the things that we'll look at some of the weather, and we know La Palma is going boom bama. And so grab your socks. The whole world is going nuts. So I do say, guys, watch out. So if you've never watched one of my live sessions before, this is a family occasion. So if you come in here and you want to chat and say things that are not congratulatory or not nice to the other people in the chat room, or if you're using curse words, my mods will take you out of here. And that's their job, because this is a family session. This is a family channel, and I ask you to respect everybody and not use foul language. I'm not claiming to be a saint, but I'm just telling you guys, this is a family channel and a family broadcast here. And the purpose of the broadcast tonight is to give my viewers a chance to chat with each other and chat with me and ask a lot of questions. And for those of you that hadn't had a chance, I noticed a lot of you hadn't seen the video I did on building the earth bag house. Now, I think that's a very important video because, guys, I'm planning to do a lot of construction like that myself. Hopefully, if the good Lord's willing, and I find them wherewithal to do it on my property out in Arizona. And I think it's going to be very interesting and game changing in this world, because my idea, it's a bit more than an earth bag house. It's a whole habitat that can change the way we live. So we'll talk about that in the future. Some of you have seen my universal habitat videos, so it's going to be really interesting. Now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, bang the update notification bell, and click off, because I bring you a lot of videos about how to stay out of the hive, how to survive and thrive. And also, in doing so, we talk about prepping, we talk about what's going on in the world, and we talk about gardening. And guys, right now is a perfect time to plant a fall garden. You can still plant a fall garden, and the best place to go, of course, is True Leaf Market, guys. True Leaf Market has excellent seeds. They are non-GMO. They have lots of supplies. You also grow microgreen seeds and supplies. So it's an awesome source. There's simply none better. But I am, because just to get a wider variety of seeds, I am going to be bringing in a new affiliate marketing opportunity for you guys to see, with a whole nother seed source. And also, I'm set up to be, and I will be bringing you links for Tractor Supply and a few other things. So imagine that. That's really going to expand the opportunities here on this channel for those that are looking for things like that. So let's see. I'm going to have to see what people are saying here. Hang on, guys. A lot of people in the chat room here. We got 25 watching already. Hong Kong said, King Kong, excuse me. King Kong. King Kong, are you from Hong Kong? Says, good morning. Bob Dodds from Alaska. It started in Alaska. Jason Avers is in the house. That's chilly tonight. Yes, that's right. So that's, what the Mexican forecast is. Chilly tonight, hot tamale. Wild Animals, Greg, long time no see. Well, good to see you, Wild Animals. And we just did a great video with Jason Monday night. Y'all got to see that, guys. We get into, really, you can grow the food you need on a 10th of an acre for a family of four and have a little room to spare. But I'd say use it all. So we covered that. When we covered how to grow a nutritionally balanced garden and things that are very complementary to each other. So Jason, I knew would be an excellent subject for that, because I've seen his videos where he's hit on that topic. And we had a good time chatting, guys. Jason's my fellow wizard, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, by the way, happy equinox. What few minutes is left of? We got 20 minutes left of it here. It's already gone on the East Coast, and you guys on the West Coast, of course, got a little bit more of it. Hey, listen for vision. Hello, Greg and Peeps. Kevin Smurf Goering. Hello from Canada. I hope you're doing well up there. So I know things are kind of rough in Canada with all the lockdown going around. Colorado Jan. Hello, Greg and everyone. Let's see. What else? Jason Avers. Earth makes darn good insulation and solid walls. Yes, it does. Hey, we got Lee Wellbarger in the house tonight. Hello, Lee. How you doing, buddy? Colorado Jan Saying hello to Lee. Yes, a great Earthship style house would help. Yeah, so my concept's like an Earthship on steroids. I mean, you know, Earthship's got a little garden there, a little greenhouse. Mine is a huge greenhouse because I plan for you to be able to grow all the food you need in the home. So mine's a big departure in that area, and it's wide open to the sun. So it's open sun architecture, very different from Earthship house in that respect. And I'm probably not, I don't really advocate using tire walls unless you just want to spend a lot of labor building. And you can do that. I mean, I'm not going to say not do it, but guys, there's a whole lot of options. Hey, Lee, I just had to redeem my phone, so I'm gonna have to get back with you and get my login stuff again. I did a reset and it didn't do it. I guess I'm gonna have to replace this phone. It's a piece of junk. Just got a Samsung 21. Yeah, I'm down on Samsung. You know, at a Samsung 9 that I got, I still have it here somewhere. I had to replace the original one within a few months. So I'm gonna have to replace this one. This one's a piece of junk. So they're batting about 50% reliability in my experience base. Now I'm sure everybody else will have the same experience base, but I can't do my work with a phone. It's a piece of junk. I am not happy with them. So Chuck Norris is saying King Kong from Hong Kong knows gorilla kung fu. There you go, Carl Jen. I saw Jason Neighbors on your channel. Well, good. Spread it around, guys. I had fun talking with Jason. You know, Jason and I, we had a good time. He is full of great information, guys. If you're not going to Jason Avers' channel and subscribe to it, what are you waiting on? Get over there, subscribe, bring that up notification bell and click all. Get on it, guys. Jason is a wonderful channel. Lots of good information, guys. He says, Radagast the Brown. All right, King Kong says, I'm from Boston, UK. Boston, UK? I know Boston, United States. We have a little village up the road called New York. Oh, little village. All right. Robert saying hi to Lee. All right, very good. And see what else we got happening here. Go back. Yeah, let's see. Yep, we got Lee with a ranch. That's good. Yeah, no worries. You hooked me up. Appreciate that. So yeah, I had to reset my phone. I lost all the settings, and it had a backup feature. I ran it for 2 hours, and when I went to try to get the backup stuff, wasn't there. I got my old phone and I transferred what was on the old phone. So everything I got is like 2 or 3 months behind. And the boot, you know, I lost a lot of the login stuff and things like that. I mean, I've got the push to talk application loaded on it, but I may reset it again if I can figure out how to get to the stuff on the Samsung. Because when I logged into the Samsung cloud that I backed everything up on, said nothing's there. But it may be just maybe I may have more than one account on Samsung. I'll have to find out. Hey, Wild Owls in the house, how you doing? Evidently, if we don't know, went to bed. Okay. So yeah, guys, we did some good, a couple of good videos. I wanted to do something earlier tonight, but I've been for hours messing around, right after work, messing around, trying to get this phone set. What I'm trying to do is well, for one, I can't update my websites worth a hoot because this phone it just ain't supporting me do anything that makes something post. I'm trying to set up Venmo on the phone so I can take cashless purchases at the farmers market with something other than PayPal, and it's not posting right. So I'm just having all kind of issues with that phone. It's not doing a lot of stuff right, especially when it comes to posting on the internet. And I got the top data plan that AT&T has. I pay the most money for the very top data plan because this is my professional internet source. My cable system here got hacked real bad, and that IP address was sold on the dark web, and it's a target. So I don't dare put anything that's security related on my main computer. Although that's what I use for YouTube because it's got the biggest hard drive. Although the memory, the RAM really stinks on it. Now this little computer's got great RAM, but almost no hard drive. So it's, you know, I can open a ton of pages on it and all kind of stuff like that, but I can't. It's not worth a hoot for saving video. But I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to open this channel up on this phone. So if I go, unlike last time I had a live session, I didn't know what you guys were saying when I was out browsing the other sites. I'm going to try to go in here and update this and find our chat here from the night and go into it so I can watch your chat while we go off browsing around. There it is. Now I'm going to have to mute. I'm going to mute it from the bottom instead of the video, or else y'all hear some repetition. I want you to hear. Okay. So now, guess what? You're watching me as Green Greg's, but say hello to Galactic Greg's. Hey, Rick, how you doing? I see you B12. Greg, you see that elderly lady in Australia get pushed down and pepper sprayed by police? No, I didn't. But stuff down there is not pretty. It's not pretty. We got to be careful what we're saying here. It's not pretty, guys. It is not pretty. And yeah, some of the people are standing up. But you know, hey, you know, it's what happens when you give up things that you ought to keep to maintain your freedoms. Wow. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to say, but I probably need to say it on Lee's network or somewhere else, guys. You know, I've been getting banged. You know, my live sessions get demonetized time and time and time again. What I did with Jason Monday, I wanted to do it live so you guys could chat with him. It was 24 hours before they determined that that was okay to be a monetized video. All we talked about was gardening, just gardening, nothing but gardening. And yet YouTube kept it demonetized for 24 hours. This is why I'm not encouraged to do live sessions, guys, with especially if it's a program, a special topic, or if it's because you know it just kills me. You know, unless it's like the other night now, a couple nights ago, you guys were very generous to me in the live chat. I really appreciate that. And Lee's gave me some stuff for cup of coffee contacts, but I haven't got it all set up yet. So again, I'm having some trouble because this is what I got to use as my internet connection. And it's just like I can't take the website or anything to full conclusion using that connection for some reason. So Lee, I'll have that cup of coffee. So guys, I'll have a cup of coffee set up, and Lee gave me the contacts for it. I've got the account set up. I just can't get it to quite go where I need it to. So that should be forthcoming in not too distant future. So Colorado Jana, I did subscribe to Green Country Agroforest Presents. Yeah, that's Jason Neighbors. That's him, guys. That is Jason. Worm down hard from getting things ready for winter. Worn down hard. I thought you said worm. When you're a worm farmer, you see worms everywhere, right? It's like you say, if you're a hammer, the whole world looks like a nail. Guess y'all heard that right. Yeah, I put a little bit too much cool water in my coffee. That's to have some coffee. I don't take my sleep lying down. I take it in a cup. So Lee, we have to do a program again for too long. I got to find a good topic. I don't know, guys. The other world's going crazy. It's almost the way this platform is. I'm almost ready to talk about it because they hit me. They're hitting me so much right now. Chuck Norris says, first time I grew beets, results were disappointed, but I learned a lot. Yeah, they're a little bit challenging to grow, especially here in the South. I've had a few beets and some turnips. I'm better at growing turnips than beets. Yep, I'm supposed to be officially changing the name sometime this week when I get around to it. Yeah. Hey, I could use a bucket of them round toots, by the way. Some round toots and some frayed knots. I got a decent pile of compost going, but no worms yet. Oh, Bob. We have to get some worms sometime. Anytime you want, Greg, says Lee. All right, very good. Yeah, I do need to get my daughter on here. My daughter has a channel, guys. My daughter's got a YouTube channel. Let me see. I need to pull that up if I can find it. Give me a second, guys. One momentum, please. Kind of playing around with some stuff here. Give me a second. We're going to see if I can find her channel. I'll show you that tonight. And I'll have to interview her. Give me a second. I'm in the wrong search bar. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking at the keyboard, not what you guys are saying. Ding, 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 ding. There it is. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. We can click on it together in a minute. There's actually two channels with her name on it, but I know one is her. What about the other one? So Colorado Jam. Luckily, I wrote Jason's channel because sure wouldn't have remembered. Although there's a link to it, guys. There's a link to Jason's channel on my video I did with him. Better be. Maybe I have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I put a link in there. That was intention. Chuck Norris says, I guess I was growing worms when I thought I was growing crops. Uh-oh. Earthworms are favorite worms, not the worms that eat your crops. Army worms have been a big invasion in this area, eating crops and lawns. They're like a plague. I remember when I was a kid hearing people talk about them all the time. I never saw them too much, but then occasionally they hit. And I saw some even out in my garden, but they weren't causing me no problem yet, but they could be. All righty. Well, we could go around and look at some things, what's going on, guys. Cha-cha talking to Lee. So I thought you were on tonight. Couldn't find you. Lee, somebody said that one of your videos got interrupted or something midstream of the night before last or last night. Somebody asked about it. What happened to Lee? All right, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do some shares here. And you know what? We'll start with my daughter's channel. How about that? I just want you guys to see my oldest daughter and what she's up to. She is, I don't know if you've ever watched Gail Rainbow Food Rocks, kind of like that in a way. She's very positive, a lot of health tips, a lot of, living tips. That is my oldest daughter, Jessica Bodiford, right here. And so we'll go right. Don't know if she's got any more than one video up yet, but check it out. She will be putting a lot of stuff up here. And her channel is brand new. Why is my thing not scrolling? There we go. She's already got 35 subscribers. She's got one video so far. 4 healthy health habits that will change your life. So check it out, guys. Go check her out. Subscribe to her and leave a note in the video. Say your dad sent me. That'd be funny. Say your daddy sent me. That would be funny. But anyway, I love my kids. I love them all. They're all precious. And she's got 2 precious kids of her own, a boy and a girl. And they're really smart. And the whole family, just a beautiful, wonderful family. I'm just so proud of them. All righty. So I'm proud of all my kids and grandkids. I got 3 grandkids, 3 kids and 3 grandkids. So my granddaughter turns 20 in December. Guys, I've been a grandpa all my life. I was born a grandpa. Lee says, we were on Electric Blue Solar Yacht tonight. Oh, okay, very good. KLW, we'll be on KLW World News tomorrow night. Oh, very good, very good. So where you got the yacht at now, Lee? Is it in Kentucky? So, okay, Jason, thank you for that. He shared her channel. Appreciate that. Now go check her out and tell her that her daddy sent you. And let's see. Let's go over here and look at this. I'm not going to play this video. I might just a little snippet of. Guys, look at La Palma. Look at this, guys. Ooh-wee. There's 85,000 people live on this island, guys, and it's cooking. It is shaking and baking with 85,000 people there. Could you imagine living on an island like that? We got a link, Greg. Oh, Bob Dobbs Jason just posted right above. It's right there. Check it out. Oh, there you go. You said thank you. So just imagine this, guys. Would you want to be on this place?
This has destroyed more than 100 homes and resulted in the evacuation of more than 5,000 people.
There you go. Well, they're actually evacuating more than that. I've heard it to take out of town. So, there's some concern about the island cracking and causing tsunami. I covered that in another video. I don't think that's going to happen, but it could. Now, some people just rule it out. Say it ain't going to happen. Well, it could happen because there's analysis that indicate that it could happen, but I don't think it's particularly likely at this point in time. But it could. I wouldn't write it off entirely. There's plenty of other things to worry about. Guys, the sun is waking up. The sun is waking up quite a bit here. Look at these beautiful aurora here. I love that we're in space weather here. One of my favorite channels. And just to give you an idea, so there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Let's click on down here. I like this. Look at this, guys. The sun has got a whole bunch of bright spots popping up and a coronal hole facing us. So you can get some solar wind with this. There's been a lot of little solar filaments shooting off, mostly to the south. Some of them might graze us a little bit. So the sun is shaking and baking too. So we got to watch out, guys. But it's still not so strong that we don't have a high flux of cosmic rays. Actually, cosmic ray flux is still pretty high, which is, typical of a grand solar minimum. But this is a pretty active sun for to be occurring right now in the middle of a grand solar minimum, especially since it's not gone to max yet. So since our magnetic field is dropping, it could have our electric grid popping in a bad way. That's why I tell everybody to prep. Jason, remember up cardio and keep your head on a swivel. Amen. Keep your head on a swivel, guys. Definitely. Must need to be friends on this chat. Okay, Grader, what are we talking about here? Oh, not Grader, it's Gerton Nussbaum. Okay. Must need to be friends. Well, you make a lot of friends here if you're nice. If you come in here throwing fire bombs at everybody, you might not go far. Earthworms are plenty here in Bloomington, Minnesota. You say, okay, then you're fortunate. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. That's good. Cha says, hello, Greg. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you. We had a few bad worms here in Alaska this summer. What kind were they? We've had the army worms down here. They're like a plague. What happened? I'm losing my chat or something. There we go. Well, this is a touch screen. I'm playing with it on this laptop. So what happened here? It's just kind of like reset. All right, don't. Oh, there it is. Good. I'm still getting the chats. Northern Lights finally made it down south here in Alaska. Down south in Alaska. Hey, when I lived in Alaska, I would have called Bob Dobbs a Southerner because he was definitely south of me. Because I was in interior Alaska. He's on Kodiak Island. All right, so let's get off the sun here. We will go. I need to bring in more sites. The asteroids have been kind of interesting. A lot of people were worried about this asteroid here because the news was really harping up big on, oh, giant asteroid, it passes near Earth, it's 4 times the size of the Empire State Building. Like, you ought to be scared. Did you hear me? Guys, I get accused of being a fear monger, but if you heard me fear mongering, look, guys, this thing is passing us at 3.9 today. It's already passed by now. 3.9 lunar distances. The distance of the moon is 230 some odd thousand miles, just shy of 250,000 miles. Well, that's almost 750,000 miles. So that's almost 1,000,000 miles away. Earth is only 8,000 miles in diameter. So the odds of this coming too close to us is nothing I would lose any sleep over whatsoever. Not a bit. Now, this might be something that would come back to visit us again in the future. And if it does, it's not going to be pretty because this asteroid is huge. It is big, 177 meters in diameter. It is big. We would not want this puppy to hit us. It would be a very bad day anywhere it should hit. Very, very bad. It would shake this planet pretty rough. Especially if you hit in the ocean, you would have major mega tsunamis from this impact. Because you got to remember, these things, the energy is 1/2 mass times the velocity squared. And you see that number there, 9.4. You know what that number is at 9? That's kilometers per second. Kilometers per second, 9.4. That's a lot. It's not by a long shot the fastest one out there. Here's the one at 20.7. But I always like to kind of scan ahead and see which one of these might be, coming closer to us. If we're finding something new that might make a new pass. Usually we see that stuff after it's passed. It's like some of these guys here. Oh, one can zip by. Ooh, that was close. Because we're still discovering a lot of them. See all the 21s in here? That's all asteroids that was discovered this year. And you see a whole lot more of them in the past, the days past us, than you do in the days ahead of us. So that's just part of the nature of making these discoveries. But the more of them we find, the more we catalog, the more we'll know what our risks are and the opportunities, because asteroids are a potential great source for mining one day in the future. Let's have a look at this puppy, guys. Let's go look at her. Now, this guy's got a pretty elliptical orbit. It does not go all the way to Jupiter. It goes into the asteroid belt. This is from the asteroid, but something nudged it and kicked it in. But look, it passes near Earth's orbit, very close. If it keeps doing that repeatedly, eventually, this puppy may hit us. Now, it's not forecast to do so at any time on the tables in front of us, but that don't mean that one day it won't. Because eventually, a lot of these asteroids, eventually we're going to run into something over a good period of time, especially when they keep coming here through the planets. I mean, it might hit Mars because it sweeps through Mars orbit. But it's, look at all this. See, aphelion, the farthest point from the sun. Ap means like apex, is like I said in the asteroid belt. But perihelion, helion for the sun, Helios, because it goes around the sun. If it was the Earth, it'd be apogee and perigee. But around the sun is aphelion and perihelion. Well, the perihelion is right here in Earth orbit practically. It's really close. And it spends a lot of time in Earth orbit, almost. This makes this puppy a real contender to one day tenderize our planet to some degree. And no, it's not nearly as big as the one that did in the dinosaurs, but it is still plenty big to cause major mayhem. Major mayhem. It would not be a good day if that thing should hit us. And one day it just may. And that's a good reason we need a space program so we can deal with things like that down the road. Maybe we can mine it so there's nothing to hit us. Mine it, divert it. If it comes so close to Earth so many times, there ought to be a lot of opportunities for mining that guy. And or hitching a ride on into the asteroid belt and mining asteroids out there. You can get a hold of it and hitch a ride. Let it take you on out there. A lot of opportunities, guys. So everything that's a problem is also an opportunity. You just got to know how to look at it. But if we don't do something about it, it'll get us. It's kind of like our power grid. If we don't do something, the sun is going to knock out our power grid. It will absolutely do so if we don't take action. And we're not taking action. They're papering over right now in the federal agencies. And that just infuriates me. That's why I get guys on my channel like Command Sergeant Major Mike Maybe talking about these things. And quite a few other guests of late. And I got to get some more back here and get back on the power grid topic. So that's the space weather, guys. Right now, you see the cosmic rays are on the way back down, but they're still very high, guys. So there we go. Lots of stuff in our neighborhood. But good thing is with the coronal holes and all these little sunspots popping up, amateur radio guys are going to love it. And you photographers, if you're up anywhere near where the auroras are cooking, have your batteries charged up. Look here, the aurora, it looks really thick here in this diagram here right there. So it's a great opportunity to see some beautiful skies. And let's hope it always remains me-oh-my. Look at the beautiful skies instead of, oh my gosh, we just lost our grid. That's the difference between getting grid hardened and not. If we had our grid hardened, we wouldn't have to worry about it all. But, you know, just some people just you know, the industry's fighting us. Here's Wendy, guys. Oh, hey, Mickey Mooney. Thank you, Mickey Mooney. Wow. Guys, thank you. Mickey Mooney was highly generous last time he was in here. And it's tonight. Guys, that really helps me. It does. 48 is my check-in number, says Arnold Smith. And Arnold's up in Canada. Let me go back here. Surf the Tsunami, says Church Norris. There used to be a channel on there used to be a internet site called Surfing the Apocalypse. I thought that was a great name. A woman named Teresa ran it, and she had a lot of health problems, and the channel has disappeared. I don't know if something happened to her or what. But she used to have quite a little following on her. Moon is 30 Earth diameters away. Yeah, isn't it amazing that such a number like that? And also the moon, you know, it's lots closer to Earth. It's 400 times closer to Earth than the sun. But the moon, you know, take 400 of them to line up, you know, across the sun. So it just so happens that the geometry is just right, that the moon has the same apparent size from us just looking up from Earth. I mean, they look like they're the same size, and the moon can eclipse the sun. And that's just amazing that we have that geometry, but it gives us great views of the solar corona. Now, at some point in the past, the moon would have looked a whole lot bigger when it was closer to Earth, because the moon is receding away from Earth. And the day will come that it'll look smaller than the sun. So, but right now we're living at that interesting intersection of time when the moon appears to be the same size as the sun from Earth, although it's not. Nowhere close to it. But it's kind of amazing though. The moon is 30 Earth diameters away. So if you put the moon over North America, it would go. I mean, over the Earth, it would just about cover North America. So that's one way to look at the moon and put its size in perspective. But it's quite an influential body for us. So let me see what else folks are saying in here. New Days Old Ways is in the house. Thank you, Jason. It is more likely to encounter another rock in the asteroid belt than it is to hit us, though. Yep, that's true. It could be true. Of course, it could also bring a whole lot more coming back next round. Can make like a shotgun blast. So appreciate that, Mickey. That really helps tonight, guys. It really does. See, if I get more of those in my live sessions, I might do more live sessions. Like I thought about doing a live session with Jim and Jesse on the Earth Bag House, but the one with Jason, I didn't get any super chats, and it took 24 hours for it to get monetized. So I just said, well, it might be better off just to wait and do that one as a upload. And that's why I did it as an upload. Lee, I've got to work to do, guys. So thank you, Lee. Appreciate you being here. And I'll have to get back with you. Yeah, we got probably a lot of myths to bust in this world, right, Lee? Mama might want to not talk low about NASA. Oh, Mama, who's Mama? Mama Italiano. I don't believe anything NASA says. Well, Mama, let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of NASA's, okay? Every fill center is a different place. And I work for NASA, by the way. So, and you know what? Some people go, oh, everything's CGI. I didn't even have CGI back when we went to the moon. So, you listen to some of these channels, some of the junk they put out, it's crazy. I can give you science, I can give you engineering, I can lay it up to you straight. And I'll take on any argument anybody wants to throw out, and I will bust it. So there we go, guys. So here we are looking at a satellite view composite and radio composite. This is a model built in a computer based on satellite and ground data and just a whole lot of data they use to build these models of the Earth. And when you add over the ocean, satellite data is all you got. But there's also got a lot of weather stations on the ground that they're able to integrate that stuff. So what we got here? William song, tell him don't quit, just refuse. And okay. Yeah, I'm worried about my job, guys. I really am. And that's why I appreciate Mr. Mooney in here. So Mickey Mooney. That reminds me of Mickey Rooney, but it alliterates Mickey Mooney. That really helps. I know my day job is highly at risk because they're telling me I got to do certain things that me no want to go there. If you know what I'm talking about, I got to be careful what I say. This video will be slammed. So think about that. So I did a video with Jason. We just talked gardening, and it took 24 hours for it to clear YouTube to be monetized. And then I did a video about earth bag houses, and it remained in check-in for a long time before I posted. I mean, we did that video early, and I had to post it late because it just stayed in check-in for a long time. But all we talked about was filling bags with dirt. Jason and I talked about gardening. Well, what in the world could there possibly? I mean, that was a light year, million light years from anything that might possibly, violate any policies that anybody has. I mean, good grief. I think if I did 100 videos on fuzzy little puppies, oh, look how cute they are, look at the fur, they'd still treat me like that because I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the platform will come around. So let's talk. I brought up this Earth here, and we're not even talking about it, guys. So look at this. We got a blast of air coming all the way out of the north coming down here. Supposed to get down to 49 degrees here tonight. I look over in Salt Lake City, 64 degrees, 61 in Portland, 61 in Seattle, Spokane's 59, 53 up here in Vernon, and 55 in Vancouver, Calgary's 50, 55. What is that? Slate Falls. Okay. Washington, D.C. is 73, but they got warm air coming up over the Atlantic there. So you can see the warm air coming around a little bit, but it's just kind of circling. It's not making it down here. We got a good little pocket of cold here. So I might zoom in a little bit. Let's see, where's my zoom button at? Up here. Get a little more granular. It's Hunts Patch, 61. And Flagstaff is 62, very similar. Alpine down here is 57. Holbrook, 79. Holbrook's kind of warm. Show Low, 64. Now, Show Low's a beautiful place. They got pine trees there, big tall ones. The Snowflake don't have no pine trees. It's warmer than Snowflake right now, but that you see that little green spot, it's just a little patch of warm right there. 71 there. So for summer over here, 68. Let's go down here. That's where my daughter is at. There's Waco, 73. And look here, Houston's 71-ish. 68 down in Houston. Here's Huntsville, Texas. Anytime I go to Texas, and people used to ask where I was from before, if I said Huntsville, I'd say Alabama real fast because they think Texas, and they will look at you and recoil in the heart because that's a prison town, big prison town. So let's see if I can find a place sustainable harvesters are at. If that'll show up in here, it should be Spring, Texas. That's where my daughter's at. Yeah. I'm not seeing that little town. It starts with a K. I have to go in a little closer, maybe. Wow. It's out over this way. No, it's not Hempstead. Oh well. Sustainable Harvesters is a big aquaponics greenhouse operation. I've been there. I went to a couple big operations in Texas before. I went too far south. I think it's my problem. Yeah, it's up in this area. Up in this area somewhere. So just a little bitty place. Probably won't even show up on the map here. Starts with a K. Can't exactly remember the name of it. Maybe I would have saw it. Not that far over. It's in this general area. All right, let me get out of here. Let's check up in Alaska, guys. Let's see how Bob's doing up there. Bob, very much appreciated. Mickey Minnie. Amen. 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 Mickey, you made my night. You made my night, Mickey. You absolutely did. You made my night. Thank you so much. So let's see here. Let's go to Alaska. Let's go from Houston to Alaska. Let's spread out here a little bit. Ding, ding, and watch that rainfall. See which way the winds are blowing. Oh, look here. You got big circulation of wind down here in the Gulf of Alaska. Ooh. There's Kodiak Island, 46. You Kodiak Island or Kenai Peninsula? I forget. You're Kodiak, aren't you? You're either Kenai or Kodiak. I believe you told me you were in Kodiak. Is that right, Bob? Are you Kenai Peninsula or Kodiak? That's where the big bears are right here. Kodiak. I think you're in Kenai because you're close to the rocket launch. That's right. You're probably in this area. They launch rockets down here, guys. So they also used to launch rockets in Poker Flats. Seward's 37. Ooh-wee. 46 in Homer. Bob, Greg, changed my mind about NASA too. Okay. In the Indy Space, Huntsville, Texas, first solo cross country was there. Ah, okay. Man, update for the city of Gainesville, Florida. Employees do not have to get it. Well, that's good for them. I wish they'd go there where I'm at, because I'm not quite yet ready to quit work. I still need to work at least another couple of years. Really, seriously, maybe longer. Hope not. Kenai, that's what I thought. Kenai, you're up in this area. So, let's see, there's Kenai right here. 44 degrees. Wasilla, this is where the governor is from. If you had the former governor, vice presidential candidate, Delta Junction, freezing. Delta Junction. Now that used to be the closest town to me right there. No red light, by the way, Delta Junction. At the intersection of the Richardson Highway and the Alaska Highway. Whoa, what happened? I just got bounced like crazy. Bing, bing, bing. Let's go back out. Wow, up here near Baffin Island. How did I get way over there? Well, that's quite a gyre right there. Let's go back in. Ding, ding. I was trying to get down to Delta Junction, guys. Tanana River, 37. Fairbanks, 35. Well, see, Delta Junction and Fort Greely are almost always a little cooler than Fairbanks. You know, Fairbanks is a little bit north because this is at the foot of the Alaska Range. The Alaska Range, guys, is right here. Here's your Alaska Range right here. Mount Deborah, Mount Hayes. Mount Hayes is a really tall mountain there. It's beautiful, beautiful country. And now this map ain't going to show me too much. I have to come in another map if we want to see the details. 32. Now, guys, when I lived in Alaska, it snowed. Oh, Mickey Mooney. Wow. Holy smoke. Thank you, Mickey. Wow. Awesome, guys. Yeah. Smile, Greg. Keep the history and the lessons coming, says Mickey. All right. He says, smile, Greg, keep the history and lessons coming. Well, thank you. With you on here supporting me, I'm bound to do that. Thank you so much, Mickey. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading it through here, but see, last time y'all were all getting worried. I wasn't seeing what was happening here. And yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Holy smoke. Crying is actually healthy, says Bob Dobbs. That's true. That's true. All right, crying years, maybe it's time. Yeah, well, there's plenty to cry about right now. So let's back out of here and look at rainfall. Let me come back up. Ding, 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 ding. I tell you what, if I get back in Alaska, look here. 12 degrees. What is that? And this past Dead Horse is 30. Barrow is 30, but look up here in the Brooks Range. 12 degrees. Right there. 12 degrees. Ding, 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 ding. That's up in the Brooks Range. That's the northern mountain range in Alaska. I would love to cross the Brooks Range. Matter of fact, if I had a cabin somewhere, up here in the Brooks Range is where I'd want to be. That is remote, guys. That is super remote. Oh, that'd be great. All right, let's look at something else on here. Let's look at rainfall. Rain and thunder. Rain accumulation. We've had a lot of rain here, but this is future accumulation. This is forecast. So the east is definitely getting a lot of rain up in Pennsylvania, New York. You're getting it up in Canada and Ontario, and over here in Quebec. Mexico. There's always this equatorial stream there, guys. And that's amazing. But then we got a river coming up in here. Now, this was here last time we looked at this. This river bringing lots of rain up here into the panhandle of Alaska. Guys, we got some volcanic activity out here in the Aleutian Islands. And are you getting some rain, Bob? You getting something? Aren't you? Or you will be. So what's your weather looking like? Cha-cha. I don't agree. I pray with the rest tonight. Caesar Beeman, are you in Arkansas or South Missouri? I don't have to. So Mickey, talk to us. Tell me, Mickey, what you'd most like to see in here. What's your favorite videos in my channel? I'd love to hear that from you. So there we go. Let's go look at our friends in Australia. New Zealand getting a lot of moisture down there. Ooh, Tasmania's getting, but look here, Australia's high and dry. Well, let's see, maybe we'll see what the temperatures are. Let's go back to the wind. Yeah, down here in the one around Antarctica, a lot of wind down there. Well, y'all got about the same temperatures we got here. Pretty close, a little warmer. It's warmer along the coast there. They only come here at 79, and we're getting up closer to the equator, 73. So you look down here in southern Australia, you're almost looking at Antarctica, but up here you're getting up toward the equator. Here, 84 degrees right there, 84 and balmy. 80 degrees over here, 88, 93 degrees. Ooh-wee. Right there's Indonesian islands. All right, let's get out of the windy section here. Let's go see what I got. What we got over here? Oh, nothing there. All right, here's our chat session. Here y'all are. Hello. I'll stop the share. How's everybody doing right here? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this aside, and I'll just go into the chat room on this computer. I can sit better. I don't have to be like looking down. You know, all you can see is my hat, right? Well, guys, it's getting chilly outside. Like I said, it's supposed to get down to 49 degrees Fahrenheit here tonight. Got some hat hair. When you wear hats too much, your hair gets mashed down and damp, and so forth. Anyway, I was wearing my thicker hat a little bit earlier. I started to get warmed up a little bit, and I changed. So I'll come back here to the chat room now and really focus on what you guys are saying, because it's kind of hard for me to really do that when I'm going around looking at all the internet sites. So I tried to cheat by using my laptop this time. All right, so let me go back to the chat room. And I gotta find the right tab. Bing. Y'all don't have to see it. I can look at it now. See, I can look straight at what you're saying. I haven't looked down. That other thing. All righty. Not much of a fall this year. Straight to winter, says Bob. Wow. Let me scroll up. I know Bob probably responded to my question about the rain. So, Mickey Mooney. I would like to ask a question. What do you think about the permafrost melting? Disease that could come with it, please. Okay. There is permafrost melting in Alaska, that's no doubt. That doesn't mean that we're not in a global cooling situation. It means Alaska's getting warmer. And Bob can also feel free to pine in on this. He says cloudy day, snow predictions October the 1st. Okay. So Alaska has the forest floor is covered by very thick reindeer moss. I mean, it's like carpet. It's thick. It may be several feet thick. You walk around, ground spongy underneath you in a lot of these places, and the permafrost forms down underneath that. Fires will burn in Alaska year round underneath in that permafrost. Not permafrost, in that peat moss. You can see little smoke trails come up even in the wintertime through the snow where that stuff's just smoldering. And then when it warms up, they'll break out into big fires sometimes. So fire, it's just because there's so much organic matter down there, but it smolders because there's not enough oxygen to really keep it going. But that's a big challenge to firefighting up there, is you have to dig fire breaks, and you got to dig through all that moss, which is not good for the ecology to break that. But then again, it does help break the fires. So, when I was in the Army, we all had to be on fire alert, in case we had a fire. But I'm kind of digressing here. The permafrost is melting. Permafrost, of course, will release some methane. But we have been in warmer climates. The late medieval period was actually warmer than we are today. Our climate overall is on a downward trend, despite what they're telling you in the news media, because they always look at just the last, couple of hundred years. But if you go back and look over the last 9,000 years, you see a definite downward trend through this particular interglacial period that we're in. We're still in the Quaternary Ice Age. We're in, I guess, the Holocene, I believe, interglacial. But so not much of a fall. Oh, sorry, I think I already read that. Okay, Bob. I was looking for Bob to chime in on this. Daniel Twit, methane runaway tipping point could be a danger close. Well, yeah, if you have a true methane tipping point, you could be in a lot of trouble. This methane's 20 times hotter, of course, gas, and things are heating up in Siberia too. But here's the thing: we've been warmer. We've been lots warmer than this. So I don't think it's the end of the world. It's not as bad as how they portray it, in my humble opinion, because we've been a lot warmer and a lot warmer for a long period of time. So yeah, you might get things that would tend to make it look like it. But here's another thing to bear in mind. When it's warm in Alaska, it's cooler in the east of there. You get a air current coming up out of the Gulf of Alaska, going up over Alaska, warm in Alaska, coming up over the poles, cooling down. And when it has that pattern, it comes down over North America. It cools North America. And I think that's what happened in the last ice age. I think right now we're seeming to have an almost permanent pattern of that going on. It's shifted. The weather, the climate has shifted more and more, and it's been rough on California, Oregon, and Washington State. But I think it's all part of that pattern. I think you had the same kind of pattern back in the ice age, because Alaska was ice-free. There were mammoths munching in Siberia, and flowers, munching on flowers, by the way. So there was a different pattern of weather. We may be going back into that pattern. Now, that's not to say it won't be cold in Alaska, but once the albedo of you start laying a lot of snow and ice down on the continents and it don't melt, you change the albedo of the Earth and it reflects, and the Earth will cool down overall. But you could have a very warm pattern initially in the West, and Alaska and Siberia is part of it. I don't know. This is something, people can talk about all day long. They can talk about what they know and don't know, but they're usually blowing smoke. Well, I just have to see. Yeah, you hear people over here saying this. You'll see the experts fighting and arguing, but so we'll just have to see what's going to be. Are we going into it? And there's nothing during the modern minimums and other little ice age. It was warmer in the West. So it's like the patterns shift around. But overall, the world was cooler. But that don't mean that you can't have warm spots or warmer spots or places far north that may be warmer than what you'd expect. So yeah, it's a problem for Alaska when you've got that permafrost melting. But is it a global problem? I don't think so. But it does make structures unstable. It makes soil unstable. It makes roadways unstable. In Alaska, I've seen where they pave a straight road, but you come back a few years later and it looks like a snake. Why? Because the ground moves. I mean, anybody to be doing this and this. Bob can talk about that. I've seen power lines where they would actually put the poles in a lane and cross them over, keep everything in tension. But if you stuck everything straight up, it'd probably just fall right over. So they kind of had things crisscrossy and kept keeping the lines in tension, just because the ground moves. It's liquid. It's ice, but it will move. It will shift around. It will shift roads and such. So you have to plan for that up there. And in the melt period, it's going to move even more. It's going to make it more unstable. Roads, buildings, bridges, pipelines. The Alaska pipeline could be at some risk. So there's a lot of problems that introduces for Alaska, for Siberia. Alaska's more developed than Siberia, so Alaska would have more problems with that, especially with the pipeline, perhaps. They claim that the pipeline was designed where the feet had these big fins at the top to keep the legs cool, so that the bottom of the oil temperature moving through the pipeline would not heat up the legs. That those legs keep cool to keep it from melting the permafrost beneath the pipeline. Well, that works to a degree, but it's not perfect. You still get some heating down there, so that's causing some problems too. And there are areas where the pipeline actually goes down underground. That's where you don't have permafrost. And I have, on occasion, found one of those intersections, the pipeline come up out of the ground and went, above ground. Now, I've actually got up and walked on top of the pipeline of the above ground section for a ways. Now, Alaskan was the company that runs a pipeline. They had helicopter patrols that run a pipeline. If it had caught me, I'd have been in a world of trouble. Fortunately, I wasn't caught. So you're not supposed to do that, but it ain't gonna hurt it. That pipeline's tough. Hi, Greg. I wonder about your impressions of the Inspiration 4 flight that happened last week. I think it's great that we're having civilian flights into space, and Elon Musk is now looking at maybe using his Starship more and more for tourism. So the more you got excuse to fly rockets, the more you fly them, the less the cost will be overall. So the more market there is for things going in space, the price of getting into space goes lower, which makes the opportunities for developing space a lot more pragmatic. And so for all you people that's always jumping on NASA, guys, NASA ain't the only game in town. I flew rockets and balloons. I developed rockets myself. It had nothing to do with NASA. It was a project I did on my own to prove that it didn't take NASA to do things. And check this out, guys. This is my Altitude Research Corporation heart company. I started Cat's Plies rocket motor. This is the solid fuel grain portion of a hybrid rocket motor. And I have flown rockets on balloons. I've flown balloons. I've flown a lot of balloons up. We've launched rockets and done a lot of things like that. And there's a whole lot of other space agencies and companies and a lot of people operating in space, guys. So NASA's not the only word. Some of them believe that NASA says, well, then NASA, hey, look, guys, NASA has a lot of competition. There's a whole lot of other organizations out there would like to prove NASA wrong about a lot of stuff. Now, NASA is a government agency, and as such, they're subject to the nature just of that, because the government makes decisions not based on efficiency but politics, and it slows things down, hampers things, makes things more expensive. And that's why it's exciting that we have private enterprise doing things. That's why it's exciting that we have a private space mission finally that no astronauts on board. So guys, we're entering a new space age, and this is a space age that regular people may one day be able to participate in. Elon Musk claims that the cost of fuel for his Starship is going to be about $9 a pound to get things into orbit. So, and with a high reuse rate, the launch cost might actually start to approach it. I mean, he's got to still make some profit on it. He's got operations costs and other things. But, you're starting to talk about stuff that normal people could afford. Daniel, for example, maybe buying a ticket to the moon here one day. All right, Eddie Jetty. Good evening, Greg. Swamp gas UFO. Well, I don't know. Maybe was it swamp gas or something else? You might get a little bit of both, but you definitely going to get some swamp gas when you get the methane coming up from the permafrost. Yeah, I'll grant you that. And you are getting some methane. Methane is 20 times more of a greenhouse gas than is carbon dioxide. But it's not a one for one. Just having twice those CO2 in the atmosphere don't mean you get twice the heating, because the atoms kind of if you're looking at radiation going to space and get bounced back down, if one atom's above the other, they're effectively, they look like one atom instead of two atoms. So it's not a linear thing. Grand solar minimum mulch. Maybe it will it fix it? During the minor minimum, Alaska was warmer. That's what I'm saying, guys. We seem to be following the same pattern. Exactly, Amy. That's exactly what I'm saying. And also the ice age. So this don't surprise me. It don't surprise me at all. Now that I understand the weather patterns, it did perplex me a lot when I heard about how warm Alaska was getting. It almost got me into believing global warming. And Dr. Roy Spencer personally talked me out of that. He talked me through it and talked me out of it. Now, some of you may know of Dr. Roy Spencer. He lives in Huntsville, Alabama. He is a Facebook friend of mine, but also he works for the university that I went to, my alma mater, University of Alabama, Huntsville, and they do their satellite data. Greg speaks on China. Yeah, I often do, and I will be doing that again. Go by historical records. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting historical records on this stuff, guys. I'm telling you guys, the world is more complex than what they tell you. And we have been a whole lot warmer and a lot warmer for a very long period of time than where we're at right now. So don't get too excited. Don't let it scare you. You might be more worried about the coming cold than the coming heat. So just keep your eyes wide open, guys. Aaron Boyer, better. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if I can say all that on here, but yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I am with you. Give me liberty or give me what, said yeah. Cassandra D, if the quality of the methane is rated by smell, I think my dog could power a rocket. Woo-wee. All right, love you, Greg. Good luck, says Aaron. Well, thank you. Kind of. So, guys, I'm trying to be realistic here. Hello, Greg. How you doing? Well, I'm making it, guys. You don't hear about September 27th or October 1st. Well, DJ, what are you hearing? What are you hearing? Talk to us. I'm really concerned about China, guys. I have been cooking on the idea of doing a video. I've got some little information there. It's hard to make that information an entire video. That the stuff they're putting out in their newspapers in China basically is getting their population mentally prepared for war. And they're talking like, well, we just can't tolerate Taiwan anymore. Guys, something's cooking. And I wouldn't be surprised if China decides to hit Taiwan, they don't do something to us at the same time, whether or not we side with Taiwan. Now, who knows what Joe's going to do, but I think China's prepared to deal with us. They may deal with us first. And, there's the prospects of our grid getting taken down or a bug going around. Yeah, I've talked about that, guys. I've talked about it. Thank you all for speaking kindly. Okay. Now let's be kind here. Yeah, I'm ready for China to go down. China's got internal problems too, but that might make them even more likely to do something. Xi Jinping took down the China economy $1 trillion by picking on their high-tech industry. He shut a bunch of stuff down. But it just shows the economy isn't his most important parameter. It's control of the people. I mean, I tell you guys, I've told y'all before, way back in some of my videos, a dictator cares more about control than anything. And that's just the way the government lot is. The people up there in power, they're really obsessed by control, power, control. And they don't want to lose their handle on it. And they will do anything to maintain that. But bear in mind, they're really not for their own people. They're looking out for themselves. The Chinese people, beware. A lot of them have been lured into this. Just like a lot of people here get lured into certain things, some of which I don't want no part of. You know what I'm saying? All right, but I can't be saying it. No. Oh, interesting, Jason. Maybe they got a better one than we got. Or they're lying. They cook books over there. They cook books. Big corporations are bailing out Red, China, Toshiba, Samsung, IBM, Ericsson. Yep. Well, Samsung's actually a South Korean company. So I definitely expect them to be doing that. China appreciates Bill Clinton. Oh, yeah. He is instrumental in giving the most favored nation trading status. So there you go. So what we're sharing there, Katie, YouTube watch AXU, what is that video? Bob Dobbs, China's citizens are mostly good people. Governments are all bad. Yes, governments are all bad. Amen. Thank you, Bob. Some are worse than others. Yeah, they're all bad. All governments are bad. Don't forget this. That's why we want to limit the power of government, guys. That's why I talk about freedoms. That's what our Constitution was written to do, was to limit the power of government. And they twist it around and use it to extend the power of government today. So our country's turned backwards. But read this document. Read it. What is it all about? Read what our founding fathers wrote. They warned us about these times. They warned us. And here we are, guys. Whew. You heard a bunch of them went bye-bye. Yeah, it could be. Like I said, but they're not going to tell you that. Watch it. Chinese say USA will work for them. That's what they believe. Well, that's what they believe. So I'll be in a lot of trouble because I've already said so much. Xi Jinping probably got my number. Probably got they probably have a team assigned to me already. You hit a point on finance, Greg. What if they don't bail out Evergreen? I'm not convinced that they will. And so, yeah, they could have some of their economy fall in. They could have a big major adjustment there, but they're due one anyway. And I think Xi Jinping is ready to ride that. So we'll just have to see. Sorry, Greg, I just get so mad. Well, Aaron, me too. Me too. It was May 2012. What has happened? A lot's happened to us. There have been various players. That's all I can say here. And nobody could deny that a lot's happened to us. So what I said is a statement of the obvious. I'll leave it up to you to connect the dots. Something else that rhymes with dots that we may not want. 71, hello here from Eden and Gray. Oh, Frozen World's here. Very good. Love you guys, says Bob. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. So Mickey, you asked a question earlier about the what I thought about the permafrost. How was my answer? Grade my papers, Mickey. King Kong. If China, if I was China. Okay. If I was China, I would that. Yeah, he may be their friend. We don't know. We don't know how that guy's really dealing on his head general is willing to call them up and warn them of things. Yeah, you got to really wonder. Well, us poor Canadians have yet again to suffer another 4 years. The most corrupt leader. Did he just get reelected? After spending $600 million on this election, what did he achieve? 2 extra seats. Oh boy! And Greg, you're so cool, and all of us with H, Greg. Please be safe and think smart. Trying to, man. Trying to. I'd hate to be stuck in Canada or Australia right now, but we're not in a good spot either, guys. Try to stick with solutions. They help us. Okay, Bob. Well, part of the solutions is we did start the Freedom Restoration Foundation. FreedomRestorationFoundation.org. I posted 3 new alerts back about a week ago on there, and I got a couple more I need to post, but I'm having problems on my phone. So I'm having a hard time posting things. So we'll have to get back to that, guys. But we also need to work on a tribe network. One big solution is just gardening, guys. Grow your own gardens, please. That's one road to independence. My universal habitat concept is a road to independence, because you don't need nothing from nobody almost if you're living in a house like that. That's the beautiful thing of it. And I'm hoping we'll build one of those out in Arizona in the not too distant future. Maybe one back here on the backside of my place here. And guys, that was one of the reasons I did that video with Jim and Jesse, because they're building a sandbag dome home, and I'm not talking about dome home. It's very open to the sun, but it's a lot of the same construction techniques and a very similar environment, because I'll be out in the Arizona desert too. And those are great people. I really love what they're doing. They're a good example to follow. I mean, guys, y'all need to go checking that video out. It really did not get that many views, which was disappointing considering what, good people, what they're covering. Bob says, please be careful with what you write. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, guys, be careful what you put in the chat room, because it could get us in trouble here. Scrappy Cat, one of my colleagues is planning on retiring in Taiwan. Well, maybe they like it there, but you got to have a lot of optimism. They want to go to places that one of the most powerful militaries in the world wants to attack. Well, okay, that's optimism. But there's people who also move and live at the foot of a volcano too, right? Good answer. Thank you, says Mickey Mooney. Okay, very good. Very good. Hey, you've been generous, so I owe you a good explanation. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mickey. I really do. Yeah, a lot of you know that there's this thing out there that tells some of us that we got to do certain things. If we don't, we're not going to have a job. So you know where that puts me. Hopefully I'll find a way around it, or something else will happen. So I'm not ready to lose my job. I'm still got tons of bills, and I got other things to do. I'd like to be able to keep my financial focus on getting ready for the place in Arizona and getting rid of some of this debt without having to file bankruptcy and deal with it that way. Is Granny Lana here tonight? I have not seen Granny tonight. I was just worried about her a little bit earlier. So I don't know what's going on with her here. Well, we did get a late start for one. But she usually chimes in. I'll check up on her later. So good point. You know, she's got a granddaughter who is not doing well. And she's had some rough spots herself, guys. The Indy space, Cheaha Mountain, highest point in Alabama. It is Cheaha Mountain, about 2,400 feet. So, yeah, when I was in Alaska, we had this little hill we called Donnelly's Dome. These other big mountains around it. So I sprinted up Donnelly's Dome one day, up the steep face of it, you know, the left off barracks mates way behind. That's before I brought my family up to Alaska, my wife and kid. And, you know, it was really neat up there. You look around, you can see the Alaska pipeline, you see all these lakes there. We're a real beautiful sight. You know, you got the Alaska mountains on one side, and you got the granites behind us on the other side. And I got back later and I got looking at it. That darn little hill was 4,000 feet high. Almost twice as high as Mount Cheaha. Definitely higher than the mountains right around here. So, but when you look into Alaska range, the big mountains, you see this, it looks like a little hill, but it was actually quite a mountain in its own right. Ohatchee. Ah, are you from Ohatchee? Okay. Ohatchee. I got a brother who used to have a girl lived in Ohatchee way back when. Alaska sounds like love too. It does. Alaska's a beautiful place. It is really beautiful. Just ask Bob Dobbs, you know. Alaska is gorgeous. And when I think of Alaska, I get that feeling I once had when I fell in love. So romantic. Sounds like peace. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Imagine driving for miles and you can't even get a radio station. Won't see a single fence post or mailbox. And you're on the main highway, and hundreds and hundreds of miles. So it's an amazing state. But on the other end, it's mostly empty. You know, you think of Anchorage having a lot of people. When you back up and look at that whole state, that state is empty. It is a wilderness, big time. Bob Dobbs, Alaska has beautiful nature, and people help each other. They help each other. Alaska has one city where it is 24/7 sunlight in the summer and complete darkness in the winter. Yeah, that would be Point Barrow. Anything above the Arctic Circle, and the Arctic Circle is pretty, I think it's just south of the Brooks Range. Probably I have to go back and look at that. I live south of the Arctic Circle, but in the wintertime, if you wanted to see the sun, you had to walk outside at high noon and look due south. And that little sun would go beep and just hop up over the horizon. And it would rise and set in the south. You go beep just like that. And it looked like a giant Christmas star with big rays coming out and a halo around. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It was amazing because you had all these ice crystals in the atmosphere. So it was a spectacle to see. You'd like to see that. You wouldn't want to miss it. Halo around it, big rays. If in the wintertime, it didn't get dark where I was at. It didn't get dark out. The sun would set just below the horizon. It was stand just below the horizon for a little bit, setting north and rise in the north in the winter. It would set in the winter and would rise in the summer. So that meant I was not north of the Arctic Circle. If you're north of the Arctic Circle, yeah, you don't see the sun for a little bit in the winter, and and you see the sun all 24/7 for a bit in the summer for a few days. So that's the difference. It's whether you're north or south of the Arctic Circle, but it didn't get dark. I mean, people would play baseball games at midnight just because they could. We always had a midnight baseball game at Fort Greeley on the about 21st, 22nd of June. Well, right now we're at the equinox. Well, the day and the nights are equal. Now we're sliding into the season where the nights are going to dominate for 6 months. But come, Christmas, New Year's, the daylight hours will start growing again, but the night will still be dominant for another 3 months. New days, I have a stepdaughter in Delta Junction, an adopted daughter of my heart in Sutton, Alaska. I'm going to go up with the next couple of years. Hey, maybe we go up there together. I need a good excuse to go back to Alaska. Beautiful country. I've done road marches, 20-mile marches through the Alaska Range at night. And that's quite a sight. I've done, of course, I got left out in the wilderness up there, 20 miles out in the wilderness, just me having to hike out. That was interesting. Frozen on a station in Australia. Explain that to the flat earth believers and they will argue the sun rises they'll argue until the sun rises in the east. Yeah, how the flat earthers explain whirlpools. Why the whirlpools, vines going up the pole, and just hurricanes rotate one way in the northern hemisphere and the other way in the southern hemisphere. How would they explain it? How would they explain Coriolis force? How would they explain? Yeah, they don't have any explanations for all that stuff. Anyway, Mandy says, I got some Cornish cross chickens for meat birds. Okay. My first one, I'm going to sell a couple and have a bunch of organic chickens in a freezer for them. That sounds great. Bob, did you know Hobo Jim? Don't ring the bell. I mean, I didn't cross them. There you go. Road trip with Rocket Man. I'm in. Hey, Alaska Highway is a heck of a drive. A lot of people worry about the gravels breaking your windshields and your grill. You have to put a screen across your grill, and then you want it sticking up or have something, just over the top of the hood to keep gravels from coming in and impacting the windshield. I never got a gravel on my windshield. Most cars in Alaska driven up the Alaskan had pot mark, at least one or two pot marks and cracks in the windshield. That didn't happen to me. I was lucky in that regards. But what I always worried about was coming up to a curve, a blind curve, because I don't know how many times I was driving the blind curve and somebody would pass me going around a blind curve. So I was really worried the whole time I drove the Alaskan Highway without meeting two coming. Here I had both my kids in the vehicle with me, pulling a travel trailer. I didn't have a lot of maneuverability, so I made sure that every time I came at the curve, I went just as far over on the right side of that road as I could possibly get, hoping that they would have enough room to squeeze by me on the other side if I met two coming. But that always worried me. It really did. Oh, Mickey Mania again. Wow, guy. Holy guac and smoke a mother. You're being awesome tonight, guys. Check him out, guys. Mickey Mania has really been a super duper supporter here. Aaron, the best feelings is waking up to the mountains, the trees, the campfires, and your family. Amen to that. Amen to that. Montana is love. Yeah. All right, Mickey. Tell me some more, guy. Ask me another question. Your days always. Maine with the frost heave is pretty bad too. Oh, I bet. You can't drive like any. Oh, well, I bet the roads are rough. Yeah, you couldn't drive crazy in Alaska. The roads just weren't there for it. Arnold. And what about the Southern Cross constellation? Yeah, it's exactly. You see different stars in the southern and northern hemispheres. There's just so many things, guys. And you can talk about you can see the shape of the Earth's shadow on the moon, and it's round. New Day's always, wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mickey is super, guys. Richard Solomon, hi, Greg. Great review with GDP and Jim and Jessica. Our hardworking team. Oh, they are hardworking. Holy smoke, they work so hard. All right, Mickey, tell me something. Where you from, Mickey? And ask me a question. Ask you one, now ask me one. So Frozen, of course, you don't have to answer. You don't want to tell us. Read your message to the Green Greg's family. Read your message to the Green Greg's family. Read my message. Let me scroll up and see if you had what you had in that. Okay. Help me out, Mickey. What is my message to the Green Greg's family? DJ, my trip in Alaska was 6 hours to look at wildlife and grizzlies. Yeah. Good night, Greg. Best wishes, says Aaron. Okay. All right. So Mickey said something about reading my message to the Green Greg's family. Well, I've had so many messages to talk about. You got what you got in mind there, Mickey? Read your message to the Green Greg's family. Did you send me an email or something? Oh, okay. Yeah, have a good one, Aaron. Frozen Roll at Green Greg, in your opinion, what do you think is causing all these volcanoes and earthquakes, especially like the one that hit Australia? No, it's not Planet X. I did a video dispelling a lot of that stuff, guys, on Planet X. Has Andrew made an appearance here lately? No, he got knocked out, Arnold. He got really, I did a video where he was, what was I talking about? I was talking about a grid down or something, and he was just going kind of ballistic, and one of the mods hit him from the channel permanently. So I don't know, should we unhide him? He probably wouldn't come back if we did, or he wouldn't know he was unhidden. Mountain River Dreams, Aaron. Oh yeah, the mountain rivers are beautiful. Alaska, the rivers are wide, because the glaciers had been through there at one time and just made the bottoms flat, and got glacial till, big gravel along the riverbeds. Very wide rivers in Alaska. Not deep so much, but really wide. Cha-Cha, Arnold, haven't seen him, but on another channel. Is he on another channel? How you doing, Arnold Smith? Okay. So, yeah, Arnold and Arnold and Andrew used to have a lot of discussion. We used to try to calm Andrew down all the time, but he apparently got really, he kind of went over the top on one of the videos. And, one of our mods just took him out. Me, I don't always watch the chat that closely, so sometimes it's hard to know what it was. I broke my arm 2 weeks before my Alaska trip. Oh no. Oh, 6-inch plate and 10 screws. Ouch. Yeah, didn't do much hiking. I can believe that. Gee, Wazell, that hurts. Hurts to think about it. Hurts to think about it. Many of us believe Andrew was a troll. He might have been. He might have been, because we just couldn't seem to get through to him. We tried and tried, but just couldn't seem to get through to him. A lot of people were suggesting that all along. All the friends, fans, and family pitch in money for Greg. He's worth it. Well, thank you, Mickey. Well, definitely, Mickey's put his money where his mouth is. All the friends, fans, and family pitch in for Greg. Thank you so much. Mickey has done it, guys. He has stood up and really helped me out here tonight. So I really appreciate that. I really do, because it makes doing these live sessions worthwhile. I usually lose a few subscribers every time I do on these for some strange reason. It's just because I get a lot of people subscribe, and they see one video or another, and then when they see the whole breadth of who we are in this channel, they go and run out, or they don't like the live chats. I don't know what's wrong with them, trolls or whatever. And Daniel says Greg is definitely worth it, Mickey. Well, thank you, Daniel. Daniel's a huge fan club member. Bob Dobbs, Alaska is huge. Every type of river and lake that you can imagine, even have hot springs. Yeah. Well, Alaska's got more shoreline than the rest of the United States. How much more shorelines Alaska got than the rest of the United States? It's probably a few times more. So when I was in Alaska, Alaskans used to joke and say Alaska was going to split in two, and then Texas would be the third largest state. So he does that on other channels. Are we talking about Andrew? You've seen Andrew on another channel? So he's always the same. He may be a troll. He may be a troll. Yep. Bob says, yep, if I had enough money. There you go. The only states I've ever visited in the eastern states, like Maine, Vermont, Rhode Island, New York. So you've only been in the northern states. That's where it's cool. I've not been in the New England states. I've not been to Minnesota or Hawaii or West Virginia. I'm not, somehow I've skirted West Virginia. So I've not been to West Virginia. I've not been in the New England states. I've been to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, but I've not been up in the New England states. I've been all around West Virginia, but I haven't been to West Virginia. Minnesota, Mississippi. I've been in every other state. I've been in the Yukon Territory, Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario. And I was offered a job in Quebec to work for a contractor, the Canadian Space Agency, on a robotic system back in '93. But by law at the time, because unemployment was so high in Canada, before they could offer a job firmly to an American, they had to offer it to 3 Canadians. The 3 Canadians would have to turn them down. And I think the first 2 turned them down, the third accepted, and so I didn't get the job. I came close to going to Canada. I'm kind of glad I didn't now. King Kong says, Greg, what MS the lowest temps worms can handle? Oh, what's the lowest temperature that worms can handle? Well, they don't like freezing. Now, I've got some different type worm beds. The bigger the worm bed, the more the thermal mass the compost is, which means it takes longer for it to cool down. And because compost is biologically active, it's got some heat going on within the bed itself. So the larger beds are far more resilient. My plywood beds above ground here, I've never lost worms in them in the coldest winter. Now, typically, we've had a lot of winters where they get below, like getting down to 0, definitely below freezing, like for maybe 3 nights in a row, and stay below freezing maybe for 3 whole days. I've seen winters where it's done that maybe 3 times here in Alabama, not much more than that. But those plywood beds have been good. They've been steady. Now I've got barrel halves I've cut, and I've had worms. I raised worms in those for about the first 3 years I was doing worms. And they're good for mild winters here, maybe medium winters, but cold winters, that's really rough on them. I've had those beds freeze solid, and that killed about half the worms in the bed. It didn't kill them all, which that amazed me. Now, if you got frozen hard enough out up in Colorado, I know guys who have outdoor worms and beds that aren't that, like on top of the garden. And the worms would all die, but they'd come back from the eggs the next spring. They would the eggs would hatch out. The eggs would survive. So, but if you want to keep the worms themselves alive, you need a good sized bed with thermal mass. Now, what they've done in Canada, I've talked about this and keep worms warm in the winter. Hey, Daniel, thank you, Daniel. How many humans want to live off Earth? More than 100 million? Any estimates? Wow, that's a good question, Daniel. Let me finish the worm question, and I'm going to come back to that. We'll talk about that. So keeping worms warm in the winter, one of the best things to do is dig a trench. Make sure no varmints can get in that, though. You got to seal it off where nothing can get in it. Gravel on the bottom. I talk about this in some of my worm bed videos. But underground, if you get deep enough, even in Canada, you got protection from the elements. You don't have to go as deep as you might with buried pipes, but if you cover the bed over and throw a lot of leaves and compost over the top of it, it will keep the bed warmer. And worms have survived even in Canada in the ground in beds like that where they throw a bunch of leaves on them. Okay, I got a video. It's called Keeping Worms Warm in the Winter. You might want to put them in your basement, in a greenhouse. Garages, usually not unless you can heat it. So there we go. All right. Yeah, you're right, and Arnold, about my choice. So, how many humans want to live off Earth? More than 100 million. Well, it depends on how they're going to be living, probably. If they were just floating around in a can, it might be fun for a few weeks, but over a long period of time, you're probably not going to like that. You probably need something that gives people a very Earth-like experience in some ways, like artificial gravity, the rotational space habitats. Mars, at 1/3 gravity, may not be as good as what a lot of people think, but it would be interesting. So I would say at least 100 million. But people got to understand, space comes with challenges. It's not easy. But there would also be great rewards that go along. It's like living in Alaska. Alaska's a place that can kill you in a snap. It's beautiful but deadly. Kind of like some girls. Beautiful but deadly. So that's Alaska for you. Space will also get you in an instant. You lose your air pressure, you're gone. You vent, you're in trouble. A micrometer wave puts you in trouble. Radiation puts you in trouble. If you're in weightless too long, you're going to have physiological problems and issues with that. There's a lot of radiation space, so you need a habitat that's got good radiation shielding. Eventually, you're going to need some type of gravitational or G environment. I think the centrifugal systems will work good enough because you put the stress on your bones they need. Your bones need stress. So, but then it'd be nice to be able to get the stress and then go float up to the center axis where there's no gravity and float around and have a good time with some. The recreational possibilities are mind-boggling. So, wise, I'll have to keep my worms in a greenhouse. Okay. Let me go back in the chat here. Say, so did I answer that? It's going to depend. As time goes, more and more people be wanting to live in space, especially as the space habitats get to be more robust. And at some point in time, there may be an age when there's more people living up there than down here. It may be vastly more. Yeah. Let's see. Arnold, folks here. Let's see. Daniel, support global warming. Support global worm warming. Oh, global worm warming. There you go. I always say support global warming. Yeah, you said global warming. All right. Cricket or worm? What has more protein? That's a good question. Worms are almost pure protein, so it's kind of hard to beat them. I'm like gallstones. That ain't no fun. New days always. Brandy, I was so excited to see all these tadpoles. Didn't they have many frogs by me in South Alabama? Happy to see so many in South Mississippi. So you still got tadpoles down there. Well, tadpoles got to be hatched out and growing fast enough to get legs and get in the ground before it freezes solid. If they can dip in the water, they might have some, might be able to help them stay away from some of the bad cold. Hong Kong, we are record high cosmic rays. We? Well, not really. Now we were, but they're starting to dip a little bit as the sun's waking up. But they're still pretty high. Oh yeah, somebody asked me. I hadn't answered yet. They asked me why of all these volcanoes. A lot of people think it's because the cosmic rays are penetrating the Earth. Cosmic rays get dissipated in the atmosphere. It may be more related to the charge on the magnetic field because of all these cosmic rays coming in and having secondary particles. It may charge up Earth's magnetic field. That magnetic field in turn may somehow charge up or heat up things going on inside the Earth. I don't know. This is not well explained. But some people think it's the cosmic rays penetrating all the way down the magma chambers. No, cosmic rays won't do that. So it's another effect that's going on. But it does seem to correlate. Volcanic activity goes up during solar minimums. So it seems. I'm sure there's somebody who want to jump in and argue about that, but that seems to be the case. So, all right, well, Matterman said something, got everybody laughing. Let me go back up. What did Matterman say? IFN, what is that? Ifin, oh yeah. Tom, sorry to say that. Ifin, we send all the politicians off Earth, life would be just fine here on Earth. So I'll stay and vote for all politicians to live on Pluto. There you go. That would be a good use of space resources. Get rid of the politicians. Some politicians to Pluto. There's a good campaign. Alaska, we have enough wildlife unless foreign invaders parachuted in. And Alaska's one place that does have the wildlife. And there the wildlife can't eat you. Anything from the little skeeters to, all right, Bob, you can't answer this. On somebody else to tell me, Bob knows the answer. What's the deadliest animal in Alaska? What animal in Alaska takes up more people than anything else? That's the quiz for tonight. Jeff, we will all have more. Well, I'll have to move to Alaska. Maybe as preppers. Arnold says, well, before Rocket Man shut down the snow, I just want to thank you all here tonight for your warm-hearted concerns for my welfare and my friend. Well, all right, Arnold. What's going on with your friend? And you got some issues there. Brandon, Greg, Greg, do you think it's going to get to that? Brandy, I don't look, we're living some crazy times. I don't know. I'm worried. I'm really worried about war. Ken and Mickey Mooney. Mickey Mooney was the first. Mickey Mooney, you won the quiz. Moose, definitely. Nancy Pelosi. Well, you might have a thing there, Nat. I think she would scare a moose. Mosquito said, Daniel, well, that's a good one, but I think most people are thinking mosquitoes may actually be the answer, but moose are credited as being the deadliest animal in Alaska. Not grizzlies, moose. Moose. They will trample you. There's lots of them. I say wolves and snow snakes. Yeah, we used to tease about ice worms up there. Actually, there are ice worms in some glaciers, believe it or not. I thought it was funny when I heard people talking about ice worms. All right, let's see. I was over a month ago. There was some huge bullfrogs here. Okay, seagull. Well, yeah, we get seagulls up this way, like Gunnersville Lake. They got a lot of seagulls at Gunnersville Lake. And sometimes I'll follow the river, but how they really got established there in big numbers, I don't know. Looks like a few know. That's right, Bob. You're right. A few do know. All right. Now we'll extend the question. What's the deadliest animal in Africa? Snow snake. There are no snakes in Alaska. I never saw a frog in Alaska. Maybe down where Bob's at, but there's snakes, frogs, rats, moles. We didn't even have, if you might have had cockroaches around the city where a lot of stuff was shipped in and out, but out, no. Mosquitoes up there's tons of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes up there are awful, unbelievable. Yikes. Let's see, Bob Dobbs almost got trampled a few times in the way. Oh, that's not good. Dark moose are sneaky. Yeah, that's scary. Antlers in the treetops by Goose the moose. Okay, so now we got people guessing the deadliest animal in Africa. Al suggests elephant. No, not the elephant. But good guess. Ryan asked baboons. That's a good guess, but nope. Rhinos, nope. Bears, nope. Skeeter. That could be the real answer, but we're talking big animal. Ken Wilson says glass worm in Rocky Point, Mexico live in oceans and poisonous. Okay, Ken, are you talking about the worm in the tequila? Bob Dobbs, yeah, got a hop. Yes, got the hoppers. Seen the grasshopper? Yes, you got grasshoppers and frogs. Wise Out is wise indeed. The answer is hippopotamus. The hippopotamus is the deadliest animal in Africa. And yep, 2 days always got it. Lions, tigers, and panthers. Panthers are here in America, tigers are in Asia, lions are in Africa. So, all right. So since you threw all out there, hippopotamus. Ellen Matterman Gross. Boar, says Jason Smith. Hippopotamus. So why in outside of a zoo do you never see penguins and polar bears together? Somebody other than Bob Dobbs answer that one. Why do you never, outside of a zoo, would you never see hippopotamus and polar bears? Outside of a zoo or a Coca-Cola commercial. Let me rephrase that. Baby hippos are so cute. Yeah, they are. Most baby animals are cute. But boy, when they're big, watch out. Learn that on a Jungle Cruise ride in Disney. Oh, wow. Well, you got it. You're right. Hippopotamus. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! What? So you throwing all those up together made me answer this next. I didn't know deer would trample you. Oh, but those moose are huge. They are huge. 500 a year. It's a lot. BBQ incompatibility. That's funny. They're on opposite sides of the globe. Bing, Ellen got it. Penguins live in the southern hemisphere, like around Antarctica. Although some get further north, but they don't get past the equator. There are some species that go further. Most of them around Antarctica. Whereas polar bears at the North Pole. So in nature, until humanity come along and brought them both into the zoo, they would never have saw each other. I'm a hunter. I'm not a hunter. I fish, this Brandy. Okay. Daniel, coconuts kill more people than sharks. but falling on their heads, yeah, it could be bad if a coconut hits you on the head. I mean, falling out of a tall tree, something that heavy, that could do you in. It'd be like getting hit by a rock. Antarctic North and South are two different critters. That's right. That's right. Grizzly bears will breed with polar bears. They will. They will. Some people are blaming on global warming, but that's probably always been true. Charlie Simon, every person that was eaten by sharks are wet. Well, now there's a point. Well, a point of technicality, right? My brother and I actually got about 100 feet from a moose that was laying on the bank. We were in a canoe in Canada. Well, glad that you didn't get that moose too excited. I don't know if they attack a canoe or not. Probably would. They got big, long, skinny legs. I don't know how they keep their toes warm on them big, long, skinny legs. All the thermal mass is up in the main body. Yikes. So, well, we've been going for a little while here. I still got to go out to the microgreens trailer and water stuff tonight. A deer hit my car and tried to climb over it, knocked off the side of my rear, my view mirror. Luckily the window was up. Yeah, you think it didn't come through the front windshield. Daniel, fallen coconuts kill 150 people worldwide each year. 15 times the number due to sharks. Wow. So be very afraid of coconut trees. Evening, Gigi and all. Also, Scott, how you doing, Scott? Just doing global warming. Hey, we're for global warming here. I proudly support global warming. Yeah, probably some AI bot's going to flag me for that, thinking I said something else, right? Fallen coconuts, not a problem in space. There you go. Maybe that's why we need to go to space. Falling coconuts. Yeah, if you don't have gravity, it isn't going to fall. But I do want to see those centrifugal barge stations, the O'Neill colony concepts. Yikes. Hang on, guys. Maybe I should show you what that looks like. Ding, 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 ding. We don't know how many people follow the sharks in some areas, like Somalia. Well, there you go. The statistics might be off. Off there on maybe some other things. Let's see. Oh, wow, nice. Ding. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to do a share again, guys. Ding, 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 ding. Flash. Gordon. Say there was boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I don't know what I want to do. I'm not careful. I accidentally in the show here. Hitting the wrong buttons. Let's see. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going right here. Ding, 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 ding. Come on, go there. This is the idea of Gerard Kilnell. And by the way, I met Gerard Kilnell in the winter of '81 at the University of Alaska campus in Fairbanks. And that night I saw the best aurora borealis I ever saw in my life when I got back. This is concepts for cylinders that rotate to provide artificial gravity. They're 4 miles in diameter and 20 miles long. They have 3 window areas and 3 land areas alternate with these huge mirrors to reflect sunlight into the land areas. And it's got special pods out here for where you can tailor the environment for growing food. Each one can be tailored with different varying amounts of CO2 or whatever. This plant's like a lot of CO2. They grow much more if you get more CO2. So let's walk through these. This is looking inside of one of those things. Now look, rivers, lakes, houses. I hate these things coming on the bottom. Get off my screen. So Clouds, be 4 miles in diameter, you're going to have clouds inside. And even the VAB down at Kennedy Space Flight Center gets clouds at the top sometimes. It's such a big building. So this is an Earth-like environment in space. If you're on the center axis, though, you're almost 0G, or you can step outside the airlock and be, right there amongst the whatever else is outside in space. This is the idea for one of the replica of the Golden Gate Bridge in it. There's some people sitting along a stream in a little house. So this is just some ideas of what these things, the scale of these things inside, and what it could look like. This is a moon base. The idea was to shoot material off the moon with a linear electric motor known as a mass driver to build these things. Of course, that would also make a horrendous weapons system, and we don't need the Chinese beating us to the moon and then preventing us from getting up there by using one of those. Different concepts for this. All right, guys. Whew. It's almost a Galactic Greg's video. What's up with Nightman? Prayers for your wife. Oh, what's up for Nightman? Obviously, not enough people here have read. Oh, Yeller. Hey, there you go. Oh, Yeller. Going on Mars out of human blood. Oh, that don't sound good. Let me stop the share. So I'm messing in the chat room. Just looked on my laptop and saw my batteries about going low on that thing. Let's see. Let me come back here, guys. 1 second. Go back to the chat room. Kill that. Island 3, 1 million people. I think maybe 1 million persona. I think the whole system was for about 2 million people. Island 1 was considered a 10,000 person habitat. To me, that's not really an island 1. You need something smaller, maybe 100, 200 people. I came up with a concept for that, by the way. Roadrunner on the moon with Acme slingshot. That's it, Jason. That is it exactly. You got it, Jason. It doesn't take but a 20th of the total energy to get something off the surface of the moon, but most of the energy in our rockets is fuel to live fuel. That's why rockets are so big. But if you're just going straight off the surface of the moon, it doesn't take nearly as much. If you got to remember, you can send 2 people in space off the moon with just the asset module, the lunar module, which is as opposed to a big rocket. Outdoors in the house. Howdy, Al. We've been talking about global warming and global warming tonight. Let's see. The Earth is made of titan. Oh my gosh, titan. Oh my gosh, Ellen. Everything comes from biology. Mud. Oh well. Ring whirl. Yeah, Matterman. Ring whirl is just a bigger version. And if you take the ring whirl and surround the whole star with things like it, or just flotillas of these O'Neill centers, so much so that no sunlight gets out, you have what's known as a Dyson sphere, a concept come up by Freeman Dyson. And yes, I have met Freeman Dyson. He's a great guy. And Freeman Dyson did not believe in global warming. He would attack that concept. Oh, is Diamond in the house? Hey, Diamond, where's Diamond at? Let me scroll back. Ding, 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 ding. Did Diamond come in here? Trying to go through. I see Diamond popping in. Oh, I'm missing it. Where's Diamond at? I thought y'all said he was in the house here. Maybe I missed it. Hey, Diamond, if you're in the house, say hello. Maybe I missed it. Jason Smith, global warming was what they had on Arrakis and Doom, okay? Can we please pass the Kardashev test? We're a long way from it, Daniel. We're Kardashev 0. Yeah, I don't see Diamond either. Al. Yeah, we're Kardashev 0. So Kardashev 1's a civilization that control all the energy of the planet, of a planet like Earth. That'd be a Carter Shift 1 civilization. Be able to control the entire solar system, be a Carter Shift 2, like a Dyson sphere. Be able to control the galaxy, it's Carter Shift 3. Some people are out with ideas of a Carter Shift 7 civilization. Oh, that's pretty high out there, right? Well, they claim you could go from a 1 to 2 really relatively fast, but it takes a little while to get to 3, just because it takes time to get across the vast distances of the galaxy. So we should be seeing a lot of stars winking out from the redshift from the Dyson spheres. How long are we seeing these? That's what I'm wondering about, guys. We should be seeing them. Wormworld, said Daniel. That's it. Never know who's watching, says Bob Dobbs. Yeah, there could be a lot of people that, you know, there could be people in that's not in our chat room that could be hanging out, you know, just being quiet. I have people tell me they watch, but they never comment. Al Gore said, did you see that unusual earthquake in Melbourne? No, tell me about it. The American one. I have a question. Why haven't all the rocks on Earth eroded away? They eventually, yeah, the rocks do erode, but we have a tectonic plates that move on Earth and volcanic processes that keep heaving the Earth up. So yeah, you get more formation. The mountains fold. It's because of plate tectonics. If it wasn't for plate tectonics, we'd live on a water world. Everything would have eroded away and it would just be water. Red Ragtop. Hello, Greg and Silverheads. Good to see you, Red Ragtop. Wise Jetty, maybe you have those special release mosquitoes in Florida. You know, they say the Appalachian Mountains at one time were taller than the Himalayas. What we're seeing now is the eroded down nubs of a former great mountain range. The Appalachian mountain range is the oldest mountain range on Earth. Or do volcanoes create more? Well, they do. They create some. And then, you know, continents float on rock that's lighter than the basalt rock that forms the ocean floor. And that rock is granite. It's a lighter rock. So it's going to tend to form a plug that floats up a bit. And so they call them crantons, the granite plugs that form the basis of the continents. So they would want to float a bit, although sometimes they get submerged. I think a good part of New Zealand is like a submerged continent. Yeah, so it may depend on what's going on with the mantle below. Some places the mantle's diving down because it kind of slowly flows. It's kind of a plastic rock, and it actually flows some. Let's see, Eddie J. Greg, I'm working on a new beef jerky recipe specifically to attract Sasquatch. I'll send you some. Well, I'm gonna have to go sign those Sasquatch hunt, aren't I? Yeah, we used to enjoy that, especially when the people frogs were going. Oh man, now the mosquitoes would carry me away. Yeah, we'll be doing some Sasquatching again before too long. So, wow, so will eventually be a flat Earth when it all erodes away. Well, we'll be below sea level. Let's put it that way. It'll look flat locally looking, but it's not flat. At least to the horizon of the Earth, which is about 7 miles away, not that far. Yikes. Okay, guys, we've been having a lot of fun tonight. I still got to go outside and water microgreens and check the trailer off. Let's see. I wonder what the temperature is right now. That's what I did on my phone. I muted it and then I hit it probably. Sound out of it. That's the old phone. Where's my new one at? Probably a minute ago complaining about it. And maybe I threw it somewhere. I wasn't happy with it. What did I do with that phone? Fall. I spent a bunch of money on that phone. That's an expensive phone. I need to swap it in and get another one. I ain't able to swap it in if I lost it. Well, if I were to call it now, I wouldn't hear it because I put the ringer on silent. I could turn on the lights and see where it lights up though, maybe if I don't have it in a drawer. Check the temperature. According to what's on my computer, it's saying 56 degrees outside. It's supposed to get down to 49 tonight. don't know if that's right or not. Just wanted to check the temperature. That's what got me interested in checking my phone. All right. Sitting here talking, not paying attention to what I'm doing. Talking to you guys, I may have chunked that phone somewhere. What did I do with it? Fall over. Yeah, no see it. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to turn off the lights and call it. So sure is it gonna rain? Maybe I stuffed it under something. Oh well. Spend all my time on here with you guys on my phone. Not the intention. I surely don't know what I did with it. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. We'll turn up one of these days with the mic. What I need to be doing with it. Guys, well, I guess I need to end this. A lot to do. I still got to get out. Oh, Atlanta, Georgia's at 56. That's what the computer's showing. Dadgummit, that's not what we're at here. Supposed to go to 49 tonight. Well. Guys, I don't know what to think. I have no idea where that thing went. Al Gore Green, do you have snow there where you live in the winter? Sometimes we get some. I listened to a good talk from Charlie Lawson about pyramids of Giza. Oh, okay. Well, I was like, you had any hand around? Yeah, I was talking from it. Remember, I said there's a piece of junk, and I threw it off to the side here somewhere, I guess. I found it. It's hiding under my laptop. I set the laptop on top of it. Hang on, guys. Let's see what the temperature is here. From the phone, anyway. Local temperature is 132. So we've been going 2 hours now. 2 hours. Okay. All right. So yeah. All right, guys. Somebody, I got a message. Somebody said they went to Jessica's video. Let's see here. Oh, where's my temperature? All right. I'm gonna refresh it. It's 55 degrees here right now. 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And going down. Although the main symbol they show is not right. We got almost a full moon tonight. Let's see. Oh, 48 is what they're showing there. And I said, so it's come down to 48 degrees tonight. All right. Tomorrow night it's supposed to be 46 degrees. And the high tomorrow will be 70. Oh, no, that's the high today. As the day ensues here for Thursday. The high for, wow, it's Thursday already. Oh, guys. It's Thursday already. Thursday. We've gone from Woden's Day, Wodennas Day. Wodennas was another name for Woden, by the way. Wodennas. Sunrise will be at 3:36. Sunset at 6:42 here locally. The winds are only 2 miles an hour. Humidity 76%. Man, that's still pretty high, you know. All righty. There it is. That's what I was hunting. 55. Double nickel. And going down. Going down. Somebody's tried to call me. Daniel tried to call me. By my phone, I guess. All right, very good. Well, it was hidden underneath my laptop. Thanks, Daniel. Woo! I'm kind of hot in here, though. As cool as it is outside, I'm kind of warm in this house in here. But I'm sure it'll warm up over the night here. Arnold, 34 here overnight, Western Alberta. Okay, very good, Arnold. Western Alberta. Now, I've been in Northwest Alberta. Went to Dawson City, or Dawson, where the Alaska Highway is supposed to be ending. But I turned west from there and went went down the Fraser River Canyon into Vancouver, and I turned south and kind of went down the west coast. Mickey Minnie says, Greg, awesome. Answer my question about crops, please. Okay, I got to scan back up, find that question. About crops. I'm getting hot. Kind of funny, right? Let's see here. Question about crops. Scanning up ago. Let me start over. Maybe I just passed it. Sometimes when I'm scanning these chats, it skips a bunch. You know what? I'm doing on my laptop since this is a touch screen. Because it may not skip as bad. Hang on, guys. Trying to find Mickey Minnie's question about crops. Oh, whole screen just made that one that. Question about crops. Come on, scroll right now. Come on. So I'm trying to finger scroll it. This is a touch screen, but it's still it's been a little clunky. So I hope if I scroll this way, I won't miss it. I'm going to ask this crop question. Rosie, hi Greg, I'm in need of some more worms. Are you back in the shipping business? Not yet, Rosie. Not yet. I need to grow some more worms first. A lot more. Yeah. Could you ask your crop question again? Yes, Rocketman, you drove right past my house and didn't even stop to say hello. Well, that was like back in 1983. Arizona sounds really awesome, says Bob Dobbs. I'm looking for Mooney's crop question. Mickey Mooney's crop question. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe one of you mods can help me find it. Copy it and repost it. Wife goes for knee replacement. Sergeant Wednesday. We'll start hearing that night. Huh? Mickey Mooney. Here, I got this one. Greg, do you know if there are ancient bases and giants in Antarctica? I don't think that's your crop question. Mickey Mooney near Daniel and Al Gore. Look for Caddo Lake, Louisiana, Texas. Oh, you're at the Louisiana, Texas border. Okay. Mid-spring in Tasmania, Australia. Expecting snow. CeeLo. Okay. Wow. You're in Tasmania. Awesome. So giants and Antarctica, ancient bases in Antarctica. Oh, well, there's a lot of discussion about that, but I bet you that's not a crop question, I don't think. Unless we're trying to grow giants. I got a crop of giants. All right, let's see what else I missed here. Black hole, Roger Penrose generator, Carter Shelf 2.5. Trying to find a question here, Mickey. On crops. Did you just ask about it? Yeesh. I'm not having any luck. I'm not having any luck finding a crop question. Went too far. I must be just going back and forth across because I'm just not finding the crop question. Maybe you need to re-ask your crop question. So giants, that's more of a question for good buddy Rex over to Rex Bear at the Leak Project. I'm sure he gets a lot of people talking about that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Giants. You know, there's a lot of people think there's these big red-haired giants that have been on Earth, and there's a story of being one in a cave in Kandahar, supposed the Kandahar giant. If y'all ever heard that story, that some of our troops supposed to went in and dispatched them. Apparently, they're supposed to be coniferous. I mean, liking to eat people, that is, not just coniferous, but I guess it have to be the same species, but they apparently have a taste for humans, allegedly. There's legends of these big red-haired giants from around the world, so who knows? It's kind of strange. Could be the same as the Nephilim. Some people think there's races of giants in Antarctica. I've known some people who've been to Antarctica. I've had 3 friends of mine who've been to Antarctica, and none of them said anything about anything like that. So, doesn't mean, Antarctica's huge. Doesn't mean that something didn't get missed. Al Gore says, I should know this. I have a high IQ. Just ask again, Mickey. It is too late to start a fall. Oh, is it too late to start a fall crop? And what should we plant? Oh, that's your crop question. Okay. I'm planting right now, Mickey. I am planting right now. I'm planting things like radish. So I'm planting collards, radishes, carrots. I'll be setting out. I have set garlic out in November, and it would grow. And here it will actually grow all winter. Now you're in a very similar. I got you right. You're at the border of, you said, of Louisiana and Texas. So you're in a similar grow zone to me. You should be able to grow anything we grow here. Collards, turnip greens, mustard greens, beets, turnips. There's a lot of stuff. You can get purple top to grow the turnips, 7 top to grow the greens, turnip greens. Turnip greens and mustard greens are good if you mix them. All kind of green vegetables really do good in the colder seasons. So yeah, I definitely try some of that kind of stuff. But onions, green onions, garlic, lettuce, spinach, all manner of greens, kale. These are all things you can be planting. If you're looking for wild edibles in the wintertime here, small carrots, says Al Gore. Well, I thought first you were saying Snell carrots. Snells will eat carrots. That's for sure. Eats about anything. Greek gigantus, fallen born of earthborn. Love turnips, says Mickey Minnie. Yeah, turnips. You might do cabbage. Some people plant cabbage this time of the year. So there's a lot of different things you can plant that will grow. So really, truly here in the South, you can get 3 growing seasons out of a garden. You can plant an early spring or late winter, early spring garden, your summer garden, and a fall garden. So you should be able to get 3 crops of most stuff. Now, okra will grow all the way till freezes, and so will tomatoes. But a lot of stuff, you'll get 3 crops out of pot liquor turnip with cornbread. Oh, now we're talking. So have you ever had black-eyed gravy? Red-eyed gravy, excuse me. Have you ever had red-eyed gravy? So who here knows what red-eyed gravy is? If you know what red-eyed gravy is, tell us. That's another quiz we got. So now we got another quiz tonight, guys. Al Gore, what town or areas are you in, Greg? You don't have to say if you don't want. Oh, I'm in. Shoot, you can go to find my address on bringgregs.com. Tony, Alabama. I'm 8 miles south of the Tennessee border. 8 miles south of the Tennessee border. And I got another property, mushrooms year round. Okay. I got another property in Arizona, called an area called Snowflake. Colorado Jan, I agree with Arnold, but it takes care of your microgreens. Yeah, hey, microgreens you can grow year round. Grow them indoors. Don't need about 3 days of sunlight. Probably a winter. Probably your window is good enough for that. They don't need a whole lot of light. Hot liquor from corn anytime. Red eye gravy with coffee and drippings. Yeah, usually drippings from ham or bacon. Usually bacon, drippings, and coffee. That's how we make red eye gravy. Exactly, and that's great with cornbread. I heard something upstairs. Might as well be about here. Microgreens adventure. There we go. Been doing a lot of microgreens, guys. Ham gravy. Pretty similar. All right. Now, one last quiz. Okay, expect a visitor. You close by, Al? Are you close by? Where are you at, Al? Purple hull peas with tomato relish. Now, I love purple hull peas, guys. Black-eyed peas. I love black-eyed peas. Cornbread. I was thinking of water gravy. Water gravy. All right, one more quiz for tonight. One more quiz. What's Georgia ice cream? Year-round garden in an earthship habitat too. Oh yeah, Daniel. Well, I'm planning to do a year-round garden in my universal habitat, which will be a lot bigger garden, 1/10 of an acre. A lot bigger garden for all the food you need. All the food you need, right inside your house. You have a landing strip for my private jet. Well, yeah, down Huntsville International over in Meridianville. Sure, they got one there. Of course, you can go to Huntsville International, but that's too busy. Go to Meridianville. Or if you got a smaller plane, there's a grass airstrip above me called Big Sky. It's not even a mile from my house. You could walk over here if you land in Big Sky, but you would probably want to have a little prop plane there. You'd almost need a bush plane around the Big Sky. Someone just teleported in your house. Oh, is that what it is? They better watch it. Fried grits and buttermilk biscuits. Oh, peach jam. Wow, sounds good. Wise Al, no idea. Don't know what Georgia. Nightman got it. Grits. I'll tell you a little story and then we'll be done. I got a friend, and I don't know, maybe Daniel might know him. Daniel, do you know Ronnie LaJoy? Ronnie LaJoy is real active in the National Space Society, has been for a long time. Ronnie, especially in the computer internet committees of the society. Ronnie was part of my operation here to build hybrid rockets. He did a lot of the analysis for us. And he's a graduate from MIT. He's got a master's degree in aerospace from MIT. And it's definitely the quintessential picture of an egghead, if you know what I mean. So Ronnie, we were on our way to North Carolina to launch our Halo SO1 rocket, the one that got us this Guinness Book of World Records and got me this award. And on the way up, we were basically, he was following me. I was in a car and he was in the car. He starts flashing his headlights at me. And and I don't know, probably before we got cell phones. And he wanted me to pull over. So I pulled over and said, Greg, I'm starving to death. I'm hungry. And I really want an ice cream. And so I said, I think there's a Waffle House ahead of something. We're in the middle of nowhere up North Georgia. And so we pulled over, and it was a Waffle House. This one came to. We pulled over. We went in. And yeah, Mickey, that's it, grits. So we went in. And Ryan said, you know, this cute little black waitress come around and said, what would y'all like to eat? You know, she was real cute. And Ryan says, ice cream. I'm just starving for ice cream. Let me get some ice cream. She says, well, I'm sorry, but we don't have any ice cream. And he just looked shocked, flabbergasted. He turned whiter than a sheet of paper. And he's like, no ice cream? Well, how about like an apple pie a la mode? You know, you got ice cream for that, right? She says, no, we don't have any ice cream. You don't have, well, how about like an ice cream sandwich or ice cream sandwich? No, sir, we don't have any ice cream at all. You know, oh, darn, I just had my heart set on ice cream. He was just brokenhearted. And she turned on me and she says, and what would you like to have? And I said, I want some Georgia ice cream. And she looked at me, she says, okay. And he looked at me incredulously, and she says, Grace, you said you don't have any ice cream. And I said, you have Georgia ice cream, don't you? She smiled at me. Yes, we do. He just looked so funny. He says, how would you like that? I said, oh, just butter and salt. And he just totally shocked. He was just holding his breath. I wasn't saying that. What in the world is Greg getting? And when she brought out the grits, he saw, but it just had him going. So I've teased him for years about the Georgia ice cream. Drink your Ovaltine. What soil nitrogen levels be for fall groups? Oh, what soil nitrogen levels? That's a good question. Well, you always have nitrogen in the soil, but I think it'd be about the same as. But leafy stuff likes calcium, so you might want to throw something that's got a little calcium in the soil. But all things that grow leafy like nitrogen too. So yeah, about the same. Pyramid 7, how you doing? All right, good to see you in the house. We still got 51 people here. We're about to call it a night here. Montreal steak seasoning and grits. There you go. That sounds good. Sounds real good. So Mickey, fall crops need more free nitrogen potash in soil. Plant in under low natural users. Okay. Yeah, I would think because it's leafy. It's fall and spring crops are usually very leafy, but they're usually not heavy feeders. That's the other side. Summer crops are usually a lot heavier feeders. Try trash grits, slow cooked roast beef shredded and brown gravy over grits. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Greg, so I'm canning beef broth and hawthorn syrup for a friend. Okay, sounds good. So the national debt will never be repaid, and the Social Security is forcing the government to wipe out all of the cost of paying out the pensions. Ooh, yeah, that's got implications, especially as I'm moving toward retirement age. That don't sound good. Scary, guys. We're definitely in some scary times. All right, let's take prayer requests, guys. Let's take prayer requests. I need to get out of here. It's almost 2:00 in the morning, and I'm not done. I got to go out and spend a half hour out in the trailer. It's going to be kind of chilly out there, and I got to turn off the AC I left on in it. But I did have it set low. Science alert. Bob Dobbs, science alert. Got a prayer request. We got standing prayer. We do. We always pray for. We need to pray for Judy Dowell. Pray for her daughter Cherry. Pray Manny for Granny Lana. We're not seeing her now. We better pray for Granny Lana tonight, and pray for her granddaughter Kaylee. And we've been praying for Randy Bly. Randy's doing better now. He was only given a 20% chance of survival, guys, but Randy is doing better. We've been praying for Randy Bly quite a bit at the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. His wife Susan made this beautiful thing here. So, animal growth, cool temperature, slow down soil bacteria production. Free. Okay. Berry summer swirl. Okay. Al Gore, you'll own nothing and be happy. Yeah, right. We know where that comes from, Mr. Schwartz. Oh, I hate you, Herman Schwartz. Hope the beg buds eat your shorts. Yeah, Mr. Great, the reset of great, right? So his name's not Herman Schwartz, but that's a song I heard when I was a kid. That was pretty funny. Good night, Greg. I got to get up early. Yeah, me too. So we got to get this going, guys. Thank you. We had a lot of holes in the tomato leaves. That's what 2 days. That's who in Edgar Casey's beef. Edgar Casey's beef broth is for Granny. Bob Dobbs asking our creator to heal the world. Well, we need that. Pray for my cousin Tim Hicks in a COVID coma. Oh, okay. I got a friend just like that. Oh shoot, Brian Tanner. So we can pray for Brian Tanner. Our brother had his surgery, so let's hope he's going to pray for Rex Bear and Diamond, please. What's going on with Rex and Diamond? We can do that. Is there something going on with Rex and Diamond? I haven't seen Diamond on Rex's show for a while, but Rex hasn't had me on for a while either. Come to think about it. Say peaceful, everyone, says Bob. Yeah. All right, guys, let's do a quick prayer here. And pray for me, said Al Gore. All righty. Sending prayers for all. All right, let's do a little quick prayer session, everybody. Everybody pray according to your own faith. This is not a religious channel. We just pray because we're a family. We're family people. Pray for each other. And that's the spirit here. All right. Pray for everyone. That's it. All right. Y'all might want to treat tonight. Y'all do like one thing in my videos. I know there's one thing you guys always like. One quick last night final celebratory act. It's all getting together here. Pray for Greg to receive direction, inspiration of abundance. Well, thank you, New Days Always. I definitely can use that. Absolutely. Yikes. Starship just crashed. So we had a starship crash, guys. Mickey Minnie. Oh gosh, Mickey. Wow. Holy guacamole smoke-a-moly. Thank you, Mickey. Wow. Mickey's gave another $50. Guys, he's really contributed heavily tonight and back a few nights ago too. If my count's right, that's $150, guys. Oh, this one popped off. Uh-oh. Look, it broke too. Yikes. We gotta do some repair work on the Starship, guys. That one still got the pin in it. And it broke off. Yikes. We knocked the Starship over. She broke, Captain. She's breaking up. Well, I'll just stick it in there and they're kind of hanging in the spot. Yikes. We broke the Starship. Mickey, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Prayers for all you. Yeah. Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome, Mickey. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you're planting your fall garden, check out my links in so many of my channels to True Leaf Market. Go there. I got to go buy some seeds there. I need to buy some stuff from out of tomorrow night. So I'm always buying microgreen seeds. Mickey gets a year of solutions. No kidding. I need something special for Mickey. He's rocking tonight, guys. And he's been rocking it this week. The second time this week, guys. Yeah, it is. It is great. Thumbs up, big time for Mickey. Pray for the Starship. Woo, I'm glad that was uncrewed mission, guys. That's all I can say. I'm glad that mission was uncrewed. Unmanned. Unwomaned. Wow. Pray for the Starship. Guys, let's pray for Mickey Mooney. Let's pray that peace and abundance always stays with him. Thank you for a wonderful night, aquaponics and rabbits. Yeah, my aquaponics system's suffering right now. We got a leak out there, and I'm having to let my tank drain down so I can fix it, and my fish are at risk because of that. So I hope we don't lose it. But yeah, guys, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mickey Mooney. Now that's the truth. By Mickey Mooney, absolutely. So Mickey, you do live in the border of Texas and Louisiana, right? Where along that border do you live? You know, have you ever been to Doodly D's farm? He's another guy with a big aquaponics operation out there. Have you ever seen Doodly D's? He's something else, that guy is. Praying for Mickey. Good show. Good show. Anna McGross. Not a mean friend, my main friend. Not a main friend. Thank you. All right, Arnold. Zergoot and Nakashan. And Bitashan, actually. Bitashan is you're welcome. Bitashan. See, King Kong. I have seeds frozen for 2 years. I got some out this summer. Oh, yeah. There you go. 100% germination rate. That's awesome. Beta, Arnold. Beta. Beta's that. You're welcome. Beta. Bitashan. Let's see. Thumbs up before you go. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, that's a good idea. Please give me some thumbs up. I got 3 thumbs down on that. Guys, what about that? 3 thumbs down. Now, who was not happy? $200 tonight. Wow. Guys, check out Mickey Mooney sent $200 tonight. It's about what he sent a few nights ago, too. So Mickey Mooney is like my top supporter, guys. My channel is brought to you by Mickey Mooney. More than anything. Wow, that was a big fire on the bridge tonight. Yeah, Mickey Mooney, $200, guys. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, he's asking for other folks to help him out there. 48 watching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mickey. All right. We'll do a little entertainment here before we're done. Let's see. Wise off. Thank you, Greg. Okay, well, thank you. Hey, I'll thank all of you, but hang on, guys. We'll do just a little bit of entertainment. I'm getting away from this chat screen so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. All right, guys. Y'all seem to like this. Don't that look funny? Well, I need some music. I gotta have some music for this channel, right? Electric Beard. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant. It'll be pretty soon time for this ho, 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 right? There we go with the ho, ho, ho. From the valley of the Jolly Green Gregs. Ho, ho, ho. Green Gregs. And ho, ho, ho. Be Merry Christmas for too long. Hopefully it'll be Merry. Certainly Mickey Mooney's really helping toward that direction. Really big time, guys. So, you know, that encourages me to do more live videos, guys, stuff like that. I've been was thinking about heading the other direction, but Mickey's really chiming in, guys. So appreciate it, guys. Really do. Thank you, Mickey. Anyway, so let's go into the disco version of this thing. Now, what I need different color lights too, right? Alrighty, guys. I must be crazy. All right. Hey, you know, we gotta have a little fun. Gotta have a little fun. And we're family, right? So nothing wrong with nothing wrong with entertaining the kids or the adults for that matter. We're never too old to have a little fun. I hope not anyway. If we are, then we got a problem, right? So Mickey, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So much, so much. So let me see what I missed in the chat room here. All right. Wise Al, thank you, Greg. Brandy, King Kong, awesome. Mickey Mooney. Everybody help Greg. Mickey Stepney done it. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you so much. I bet it's your ex-girlfriend's giving you thumbs down. Could be. Who knows? Probably bots. That's more likely. Come back soon, Mickey Mooney. Hey, we like Mickey Mooney. We just have to name him Mickey Mooney, Mickey Money Mooney. Meaning Mini Mickey Money Minis. We got a lot of Mickey Money Mini tonight, didn't we? Mickey Money, Mini Money. We got mini Mickey Money, Mini Monies tonight. Say that 20 times fast. We all chip in our individual ways. Love is the strongest power in the world. It can teach your heart to forgive. Amen to that. Amen. Man McGross, Iron Horse does a cover of Rocket Man. Ah, okay. Rocket Man. Hopefully thumbs up, says Mickey Money. Everybody, not everyone has money, Mickey. Well, yeah, we got a lot of viewers here that are kind of tight. Daniel tweet, that was my first super chat ever tonight. Well, thank you, Daniel. We did get one from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. First ever. That's awesome. Subscribe and thumbs up, says Mickey. Hey, guys, share my videos too. That'll help cheer you weather. Great show tonight. Well, thank you. Wise Al. Let's see. Let me go there. I guess I'm at the bottom of the chat now. Tell your friends and family. That's right. Scotch time. Yeah, I don't drink, guys. I can't handle it. Might have one every now and then, but I'm low on the threshold with that. Pretty low. Can't do too much. It gets me. The older I get, the more it gets me. Can't just makes my heart beat too fast. Colonel Jack would send you money if I could, Greg. Well, I appreciate the thought. And guys, I don't think I all for coming here tonight for, gathering together as a family. We're in a day and age where a lot of family members just don't even want to get together. My family's not had a reunion since this bug hit. And I got family members that just don't want to see anybody at all. Even my youngest daughter is very reluctant to visit. And she's scared. King, he needs a crown of, he's a CPRO. What are we talking about? I'm probably otherwise out. So this is our chance to get in, and y'all cheer me up a lot. You really do. Cheer me up. Just being here, and Mickey Minnie is cheering me up a lot tonight. I won't deny that for a minute. By the way, a lot of history on Canada Lake in the Louisiana-Texas border where I live. Okay. Caddo Lake. Mickey, have you ever met, what is his name? He runs that Doodly D's Farms. I know his name. I've been there. Caddo Lake. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go look for that real quick. We'll get an idea where this is at. Caddo Lake. Oh, Karnak. I thought Karnak was over where I was at before. Let's see what that is. Ooh, that's pretty swampy and down in that area. All right, guys, I'm going to do a share here. Let's go to a share screen, guys. We're going to explore Mickey's neighborhood, and I think, I'm in the right area here. Caddo Lake State Park. Let's see here. We can do satellite view if we want to. We'll go satellite view, and then let's back out here a little bit. There's a part, Big Cypress Bayou. So we got a bayou. Look at this, guys. Cypress trees, definitely bayou country. Oh, there we are. There's a big lake. All right, Texas, Louisiana. So you're on the Texas side. Oh, the guy I was thinking was much farther north of you there. You're way down there. Let's scan out some more, see how far down you are. There's that's I-20. Oh, wait, you're further north than I thought. Okay. I saw Bayou, Cypress. I didn't know there was Cypress. Shreveport. Oh, no, you are close to him. Doodly D Farms is right in this area, right in here somewhere. Doodly D Farms is somewhere in here. I've been there. We'll look for that too while we're in here, guys. So let's look at the satellite view here. I didn't know we had bayous north of I-20. Wow, okay. Look at this, guys. There's Shreveport. Yeah, I've driven right through here. I've driven it in this area, guys. I've been not too far from there. It's been a couple of years. I've definitely been in that area, or very close to it. Very close to it. Caddo National Refuge. Oh, yeah, I bet you do have some history there. Wow, I didn't know you'd have this kind of. Wow, look at this, guys. Look, check this out. Cypress trees, Spanish moss. Really? Way up at I-20? Wow, I was thinking it might be like around I-10. Holy walking smokes moly. That's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So let me do this. I'm going to type in Dooley D's Farms here. See how close it is. Maybe it'll show up. It says the park's closed. Dude, I spell it right. Dooley. Oh, there it is. Dooley D's Farms. Yeah, see, it ain't far from there. Bing, there it is. There's Dooley D's Farms. This is a big aquaponics system out there. I've been here. There's his initial 2 greenhouses, which were made a very, very fancy, which he said they're not worth a darn. He started going out building these with PVC pipe. Now he's 2-inch PVC pipe, and he's got more than that. This is no photograph, guys. He's got a lot more solar arrays out here. This is old. I've been there since this photograph was made. He's built a lot of stuff out here. He's got huge aquaponics greenhouses, lots of them. He's got this big place for weddings and all that kind of stuff. But the county there is raised his taxes like crazy. Those are claiming, the value of all these buildings, they like inflated that. And I know this guy's name. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. I wonder if Street View will take us here. No, Street View won't go in there. So this is pretty close to you, guy. This is pretty close to you. If you're over, you gotta go check this guy out. What's his name? He's got a YouTube channel and a Facebook site. See, there's Caddo Lake up here, State Park, and there's Doodly D on the way out. So yeah, that's why I was asking if you knew him. I thought it was in the same area. You're really close to him. Really close. I know that guy's name, and right now I can't think of it to save my life. But there's another, the other aquaponics farm I visited in Alaska was, I just said it, sustainable harvesters. What is that? Is that going to SUSTAINABLE, sustainable harvesters, HARVEST. Is that going to get me there? I don't know. Yeah, that's them. Oh, they built some more greenhouses since I've been there. They built a whole nother one. That wasn't there when I was there. So they've added a greenhouse to this operation. No, they added these. That's what they used to have. They've added these. They used to just have these when I was there. Now they had a little outdoor raised bed demonstration area here before. So they've added these 2 greenhouses since I was there. Okay, they've expanded. Interesting. Now, you might have saw me, I showed a picture from inside here that I took of this operation. I've taken a lot of pictures of both of these operations. I took a ton of pictures from both of them. I showed a picture inside here when I was talking to Jim and Jesse the other night. Yeah, this is inside their operation here. The operation is kind of, I took a few ideas from the guy with Doodly D's. Mine looks more like this one, only it's much smaller, and I don't have a metal roof. So there's a little tilapia. Anyway, so there you go. Stop. Now this place, let me zoom out. I was trying to find it. I told you it started with a K. Crestthorne. I can't remember it exactly. I knew it started with K. Crestthorne. Crestthorne, just a mud puddle. It's a real small place. But not that far. It's really not that far from my daughter. Over here's Houston. That's up here. Spring. My daughter is in this area, so really I just drove over there and visited them. Then when I was leaving, I drove way across the state and went up to doodly dees up here. So yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff, guys. A lot of cool stuff. Let me stop the share here. And didn't mean to go this late, guys. We're really going late. I got to get up in the morning, but first, check out alligator gar. We've had alligator gar around here, Mickey. I've seen alligator gar. We've had them in this area. At least the area where I grew up. I don't know about Tennessee River. We had them on the creeks that fed south. I've seen alligator gar. We need you to visit on the way to Arizona. We need you to visit on the way to Arizona. Okay, Mickey. Might do it. I may have to check you out there. Well, I got to get down and visit my daughter sometime. So you'll have to email me something there, Mickey. I'll tell you what, I'll put my email address in here in a minute for you. Let me go back to the chat room. Hang on, guys. I'm over here in this other room here. All right, guys, this is more of a business address for me. So, tell you what, I'm going to put my address that I use mainly on this computer. That's a long address. Now I'll use the other one. This is my worm farm business address, so Mickey's definitely earned the right to use it. There you go, Mickey. That's for you, guy. Email me your contact area. I haven't been out that way in a while. It's been a couple years since I've been out that way. I definitely got to get back to see my daughter and do some other things. Diamond's been wanting me to come through Colorado on my way up, or over to Arizona. That's quite a detour, but he's got his best friend lives really close to my property, and he's want to go down and see him too. Bob Dobbs, all right, you don't have to go home, but you can have to stay here. My wife and I own 100 acres near College Station, Texas, stock ponds. And say, oh, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice, stock ponds and all. Maybe I should do a video from there if you're interested. That would be a good place to do a video from you. You can give me the tour there that talk about it. That would make for a cool video. How many guys would like to see Matterman? Excuse me. How many people would like to see Mickey Mooney's operation? Are you up for that, Mickey? If you're up for that, you know, all these stock ponds, that sounds cool. That sounds really cool. All right. Sorry, I almost said Matterman, because Matterman posted right underneath you there talking to Colorado Jam. All righty, guys. Oh, my other computer is running out of battery. I'm gonna shut it down. Amen. All right, Mickey, if you got my address, if you got it, I'm gonna erase it. Write it down. I need to delete it because I don't want to leave the chat room forever and get hit by a zillion people. So write it down real quick. I'm gonna delete it here in a minute. I need to plug this thing back in. Let it build its battery back up. I've killed the power supply that goes to it. It died, so I'm using my little Apple computer's power supply. That kind of works. Hopefully it's not too far divergent from what it should be voltage wise. Like messing my battery up. It's probably the same thing, same interface. Yeah, thanks. Great. Also, thanks for sharing your wealth. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Very, very much. And yeah, I got to get over and check you out. You can email me, Mickey. I left my email address for you in here, but I'm about to delete it because I don't want to leave it in the chat room. So once again, it's greg@greengregs.com. It's easy to remember, greg@greengregs.com. And I'm going to remove it. Bing, it's gone. I don't just everybody's seeing that. All righty, I'm gonna have to head outside in a minute, guys. Got to go outside to the aquaponics greenhouse, not greenhouse, aquaponic, excuse me, to the microgreens trailer. Shut it down. Water stuff. It's probably gonna be cold in there. It's probably gonna be cold right now. Everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Mods, thank you for all the work you do. Mickey and Daniel, thank you so much for the super chats, and Mickey especially you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. That was incredible. Incredible. Wow, you made my month, Mickey. You have made my month. You have made my month. That's just awesome. Thank you so much. Not all. Everyone keep your head on the swivel. Amen to that. It's good advice. Everybody keep your head on your swivel and eyes wide open. And always remember, as I always tell you, as light dispels dark, love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light to the world. And just like I talked about in my video, rose-colored glasses. Don't be so judgmental. Wear the rose-colored glasses with other people. Trying to figure out where they're coming from. Chew weather. Thank you, Greg and people. And thank you. And we're getting some chilly weather coming in here. Chilly weather, chewy weather. It's going to be chilly today and hot tamale. May God continue to bless you, Rocket Man, and everyone who joined us here tonight. Amen. And thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, mods. And thank you, Daniel. And thank you. Wow. Thank you very much, Mickey Manning. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I got to, hope I'm in the wrong room. I got to go back to my Zoom to end the chat. Back to Zoom.